Good afternoon, Dream Team. Welcome along to a first ever GBR live stream, and there I don't think can be any better game in which to make our debut. You've been asking for this for about 6 years.
Yes.
And we finally have it. James Haskell and Mike Tins alongside.
Do we need to be aware that obviously there's things going on in his ear and he might
have a meltdown?
Yeah, well, we've both had a couple of those.
Shig-shog.
Okay.
Who could
the boys will have a bath.
Have let us go live again. Good afternoon to all of you, and thank you very much, Steve, for joining us. We have long believed that rugby fans deserve more than one option on game day to get their rugby fix, and obviously ITV have got the live coverage this afternoon, but if you're looking for something with a little more beer and a little more anecdotal and chat and fun and energy and interaction, then welcome along for the next few hours to GBR's live stream. So we are going to be doing this on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I think anywhere you can access live.
You can find us
anywhere.
We're so slipping into your DMs.
Can we just say, it's what a big moment. Alex Payne is back live on TV. Round of applause in the studio, please.
I think the Genesis decline of a broadcasting career continues.
Yeah, well done you, though.
Well done you, though, mate, for sticking with it. Stickability, you have definitely got.
Anyone at home, if your career is in tatters and you get selected because you're not quite what everyone's looking for, you're white, pale, male and stale, if you stick with it, you will rise back to the top. So well done, Alex Payne.
You will circle in and you'll circle out, but you'll also circle back in.
I once was Premier League and I'm now Vauxhall Conference or whatever it is, and
this is
in a relegation zone as well.
Everyone wants to play for Accrington Stanley, mate.
Who are they?
Oh, we are like, who's that one with Ryan Reynolds? What's the team?
Wrexham.
We're like Wrexham.
Talking of people back in the big time and stepping into old shoes, do you want to explain what the hell you're wearing?
Yeah, so I'm wearing here. I'm wearing. This is just. Don't know if it's camera. We can't know if we can zoom in. But we spent all the budget on all the drinks and snacks. It says James Haskell, England versus Scotland, 11th of March, 2017, 74th cap.
Actually, the game before the end.
Game before the end. The game before the end of my career. And everyone goes, "Oh, you've lost lots of weight since you finished." This now is tighter than ever. But what?
People always say, "Oh, you look thinner," and I'm like, "No, I don't run anymore.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Do you
heavier."
reckon?
Just lifting.
I've just got.
You've done arms day today as well.
I've got some size, but this is very tight.
Very funny when he walked in. I said, "Have you done arms this morning?" You went, "What about these? What about these? What have you seen legs?"
I did legs yesterday.
That's the only reason he's put the shirt on.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Real bigger.
Suck bits that were once where.
Can I just say as well, just because we're watching a live screen as well, we've got the commentary. How good is David Flatman, by the way? I love David Flatman. Topsy Ojo used to play with Topsy. Top boy, David Flatman, lovely.
Was Flats always as good a bloke as a player as he is?
Yeah. They had a good group at Sarries where they Danny Grew. Where they Shanks, where they just wound it and they just wound each other up.
Do you know what I think with David Flatman as well? Because lots of sort of old heads, they finish
from
playing.
Maidstone, isn't he?
I know.
He's a geezer.
But they finish playing and they change into different people. David Flatman is just an all-round good guy.
I would say though, he's in severe health danger of being at that much altitude. A guy his size.
Especially with his shoulders, basically his head goes into his chest. There's no discernible neck. There's a lot of tension in there.
Yeah.
And the altitude, because it thickens your blood, doesn't it? So
it does.
his blood type will be Dol Mayo by the time he finishes the game. Thin your blood, thicken your blood. Science. Don't ask. We're not
medicine.
We're not medicine.
Health and wellness.
Not here for science.
You create more red blood cells, so it gets thicker.
Yeah.
You've come in with a right old spring in your step today.
I know. We were just talking earlier, everyone, that Hask is normally running at probably 50% the batteries after the weekend.
That's on a Monday.
We've got him before he started his weekend. Prep.
Well, no, actually, I had a great day this morning. I took Bodie to football.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. I put her in full England stash today.
She headbutted you though. Was that
she headbutted me yesterday morning. What a terrible start to the day. Just have a minute for me, because it was a bad morning. We were lying in bed together. We were playing I Spy, and I was still half asleep. I Spy, and Bodie got very excited about L for lights, and she reversed back and headbutted me, split my lip, and I then had to spend the morning taking photos of the inside of my lip. And then I had a guard who's doing some work, and I had to get him to photo the inside of my mouth to send to a doctor to ask if I needed stitching. I think I probably should have got it stitched, but they said no. So I've got a nice little lump on the side of my mouth. Then I went and saw my barber, who insulted me, said I got spots on my neck, that I looked very old, and that my skin was bad.
Yeah.
And then I went and trained, and I was late because traffic, but otherwise we got through it. Woke up this morning, and I'm full of energy. England are playing South Africa, in South Africa. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that, does it?
Shall we do? So if you are if you've recorded every single one of the games and you are going to watch them back over the course of the week, then
put your fingers in your ears.
Fingers in your ears for the next minute or two. Shall we start with
in
just
ears,
an overall?
We said fingers in ears.
You've been watching it since game 1 this morning. What have we made of it?
Yeah, I was watching the New Zealand game whilst taking Lucas to football, and I was pretending I was videoing him play football, and I was actually just watching the game.
It's very much like what you do on the show when you pretend to be watching the show, but actually watching highlights of the games.
But what an unbelievable start!
Yeah.
I think it was a great game. I thought, for that France team to go and mix it up, I thought it felt a bit like they were feeling each other out a lot. I don't think France played amazingly, but they took their opportunities. New Zealand just looked slick when those opportunities came along. But my big question was, why, when France have been running it out from their own 22 the whole game, when they've got 90 seconds left, they decide to box it, and they box it long.
Yeah.
No compete, and then they just saw the game out.
And then just All Blacks jab to the final.
Can we go for the cliche and go say very French? Very French move? Is that a very French move?
It was a very weird decision at the end.
Very French.
It was a weird decision, but an unbelievable start to the championship, and even it just shows that the strength in depth of the French, but also obviously there's a few guys not in that New Zealand team as well, but it was cracking.
Yeah,
I was interested about the comments about Dave Rennie as well on post game. He's only spent a week with them or so. Hasn't spent a lot of time.
He's come straight in from Japan. He's been coaching in Japan.
Said they had a lot of fun. They've been working very hard. He's got a group of people that are ready to play, are determined. So that's very exciting to see what they can do. And also, I always found, having played New Zealand, they always get better. Yeah. If you're going to beat New Zealand, you beat them on the first game. That's your opportunity where it's closer. They're not quite at full gas, but they do get better and better and grow as the rugby develops. So I expect to see bigger things from them.
Good win for New Zealand this morning. Good win for Ireland in Australia. Lucky at the last. I mean, we're talking about final decisions.
I think
Donaldson was got the berth.
I'm not sure who really deserved to win it. I think I preferred Australia's performance but I was trying to and ah whether I'd go for that kick or not, and you've got to trust your kicker. If he says he wants it, he wants it, because you could ultimately, such an angle, you're not going to get that far down the pitch going to touch unless you've got
what's
a lefty.
The data? I mean, is that a data-based decision? Does someone put that on and say that Ben Donaldson kicks it 75% of the time from there, but we will score 50% of the time we go to the corner for the catch and drive? Or is it just the feel of a
I think
goal kicker?
If I was captain, if I was Harry, it would be how much does he want it? If he runs over to me and says, I want it, if he looks at me and he's staring at me and he goes, yeah, I want it, I would suggest he doesn't, and I'd take it out of his hands and go, right, let's get it down the touchline. But
what was Ben? We're just seeing pictures in the background of England running out against Africa. What's Ben Earl doing there? He looked like he was praying to
pray. A little word of
is he
hope, thanks, gratitude.
Never seen him do that before.
I think he does it every game.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. God's on our side.
So far in the two games, though, 9s have been key. All the 9s have been on absolute fire. Roy Garden for New Zealand.
What a player!
He's great.
Luku was unbelievable when he was obviously 100% of the tee.
Yeah.
And then Tate McDermott when he was on was just the little sniping stuff.
Yeah.
And speed of ball that we've seen today. So let's hope.
We will talk other fixtures a little bit later on, just to let you know. Japan, too good for Italy. That's a hell of a win for Eddie Jones. And a really sort of young and energetic Japan side, 27-10 over the Azzurri. And then a really good win for Wales as well. Only 3 wins prior to today off the back of Rugby World Cup 2023, but they have found their 4th with a very good win, 39-24 over Fiji at the Cardiff City Stadium. We will talk all things.
Can we talk about the laps on this
day of the Nations Championship a little bit later on. But let's get into it.
He's just snapped his hammy.
Oh, God.
At Ellis Park. The first thing to say is that earlier in the week there were reports there was going to be about a 21,000 crowd. It looks 90, 95, if not sold out. So the Bok fans have come to the party as South Africa enter the fray.
Is this his
50th?
50th?
It's in a good atmosphere.
Is this his 50th? Sorry, I've just seen the front of his shirt.
Just spell that out.
Right, we're across
just
all the detail.
Just making sure you all know.
You've both played here.
Yes.
Running out at Ellis Park.
Yeah, big.
Comparative to all the other venues.
Big, a fiery cauldron. Just as a rugby player, everyone always asks you about the crowd. They always go, what impact does the crowd have? And there are very few stadiums where the crowd actually make a difference.
Christ,
mate, the lats on that guy, honestly. If he could spread his wings and fly.
He was actually a pro bodybuilder. We're talking about the guy who leads the box out. spear in hand.
Can I just talk? Why have the South Africa still not got their names on their jerseys?
Because it's too modern. That's revolutionary.
Oh,
that's
I
progression.
tried to send you a new Pick and Pay ad today. That's why South Africa have got it right. I'll send you it to
Has
watch.
it got Carter in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What
no,
are they eating?
He's just getting hit from everywhere. It's just about them. And it's all about if you want to eat and be a Springbok.
You will know this by now, but just to recap, both sides have been forced into late changes. Really desperate luck for George Furbank, who picked up appendicitis overnight, so he is out.
He is getting no luck.
I know. Do you know, it reminds me of, if you love your rugby from back in there, do you remember Paul Hull?
Yeah.
Played really well in the first test in '94 against the Box,
Yeah.
and then got injured. And a certain Mike Catt came in, and Hull, I don't think Hull
That
ever
was
played
it.
for England again.
Is it a day for Marcus Smith? Is that what
So
you're saying?
Smith in at 15. He's played very well against the Box from 10 before, but this is a heck of a challenge for him this afternoon on the high veld, particularly at late notice. Henry Slade comes onto the bench as Smith moves up, and then 2 changes for the Box as well. 2 big men who are out. Sia Khaleesi, the skipper, and Eben Etzebeth, who is one or 2 really worrying.
It's official. The Smutbies are in the house. I'm
right.
getting messages.
Getting heat.
Ross Gregory and his teeth. Welcome to listening along.
Right. I was just saying, as the anthems begin, very concerning news about Eben Etzebeth. He hasn't played a lot of rugby recently because of concussion symptoms. So I think everyone in the game would love to see him back. So he is out. As a result, Peter Steff moves up from back row to second row, and in comes Paul de Villiers and Cameron Hanekom, 2 very inexperienced players, one making his debut, one picking up only his second cap. So a new second row partnership and a new back row partnership for the Box. So fascinating to see how they handle that.
Can you give some respect, please?
Well, I'm not sure they can hear this.
Can they not hear the anthem?
Well,
They're watching the anthem.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
it's
Good,
the anthem, mate.
good respect
Good
for
respect.
God Save the King. I'm disappointed Tins hasn't stood up, actually, for family
Tins
members.
has got tears in his eyes. It's like Pavlov's
Apologies for not
response,
standing
isn't
up.
it? As soon as he hears that, he starts crying. His eyes start going.
Just not sure that 2 minutes of silence on the YouTube.
No, we're not 2
live
minutes of
stream.
silence.
Oh,
Just
right.
have 2 seconds to hear the final
I do
notes.
like Hosi Sikaleli.
Ososiegoleli.
You're going to take us along. What do you sing? What do you interact with the audience?
Africa.
Jodie Fredericks.
Well, I can talk through this. I'm joking.
Enter the
But
chat.
the amazing thing about this South African sort of anthem is it's so nice sounding, sweet, loving.
Before they rip your
arms off.
Before the absolute massive
Sia,
man
big
units.
picture of Sia, who always goes big in the anthem.
We've got some stats because we've got
Cheslin, eyes closed.
Was that Delande we just saw on screen?
DLN. No, that wasn't DLN. No.
Oh,
There's some formidable,
just massive units.
Thomas Dutoy, we had him on the show the other day. Said how much he was looking forward to this one.
I was looking through. Some people might like a punt out there or a dabble. Thomas Dutoy scoring both halves, 28-1.
Wow.
I mean, get close to the line.
Yeah, give it to him. What you're saying? You're not advocating
absolute machine.
TDT for 2.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
That would,
Yeah.
That kid on crutches was just warming up with them, and Peter Steff Dutoy just ate him, smashed his legs off.
I think Peter Steff Dutoy's got his dad's. Is it dad's Achilles?
In him.
Not in it, just in a box on the mantelpiece.
I thought. Oh, it's in his leg.
So his dad gave him his Achilles.
Really?
I think off the back of 2019 World Cup.
Dad,
to help him continue his career.
Oh my God.
I mean, that is
That's
very
commitment.
South African.
Bodie comes knocking on my door. Dad, can I have your Achilles?
Have a bicep.
See you.
Be looking like.
See you later. Oh, I've got enough biceps to spare. Actually.
Other things I quite like is England plus 14.5. I think that's a little big.
Have you had a flutter or not? Will you share your bets or not?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of England plus 14.5. I would have thought it would be more about 9.5, but 14 I think's big.
Should we talk tactics then? So England obviously late changed with Smith in at 15. We've seen a number of different Englands over the last 6 months really. I'm talking Six Nations predominantly. Went well against Wales, really blotchy against Scotland, really poor against Ireland, tough afternoon against Italy, and then threw it around against France, but ultimately in vain. What do England need to do today?
Yeah, well, I think from the team they've picked, they've obviously gone to match them physically, haven't they? They've gone big boys, big hitters. I think it'd be interesting to see what they do with Marcus Smith, whether they do sort of move him around in field position, like for high balls. Will they swap him and
Freeman?
Someone around and defend him in a different place? it'll be interesting to see if they do that. I think it'd be a wise idea in terms of like high balls and box kicks if they could have someone who's a bit more probably taller.
Right.
But I mean,
Not
he's got
vertically
enough experience. But I would imagine that they will go after that quite early.
Do you think it's a bit cool not Freddie Student not being in? I think Danny Kerr was saying maybe he's
injured. He's got an ankle.
Yeah.
He's got an
He's got an
ankle.
ankle injury,
Do you throw? I mean, he could have thrown Kalori
But
in on the wing.
or
Glory
Roebuck
played,
or somewhat. He could Roebuck would have been quite useful for this sort of environment.
Do you think, though, today, you know, Raz Erasmus has said about Steve Borthwick, he's a man based on stats and detail. Do you think that England might have laid a trap like they did in the semi-finals or the quarter-finals to try to semi-finals to try to play a game?
No,
Do you think you've seen something?
I think they have to show more today. That was. We've got no other options other than this. I think this has to be a stepping stone towards Rugby World Cup 2027, not just a. Maybe it is winner.
I submitted. Callum, my video guy's listening. Callum, I don't know if you can go and. We've actually got a tequila in the house.
Oh yes,
but
you should
Callum's
mention
listening.
that.
I suggested some words or phrases that we should all have to have a shot of tequila.
Just very quickly before you do that, scan the barcode on the screen right now and enter our form, and you can win yourself a bottle of Black Eye. I can tell you on ITV, you scan a barcode and you end up playing fancy rugby. On all things GBR, you scan a barcode and you win booze.
Yeah, and you get this. Hold on.
First. ASMR. Oh my God, it's so good. Is that right?
ASMR,
not
sorry,
BDSM.
Did you hear it? It just went,
A2M, that's very good.
So listen, you've got a couple of minutes to do that. If you haven't scanned the barcode, then do it now. You have to be 18 and over, obviously. Please drink responsibly and all that nonsense. But we've got a bottle of Black Eye up for grabs for those that correctly predict
very excited.
the first
I'm
try
very
scorer.
excited. Right, quickly.
Right,
before
comms
this
in.
game
Well
starts.
played. Is this our tequila?
Yes, our tequila. It's a little one.
shot glass.
Right, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone
May the best
listening.
team win.
Black Eye
Liverpool
tequila
gets
Blanco.
us underway.
And may the commentary get better as we go.
As more. Oh, great tackle.
That's a hell of a start.
This is
God,
great
there's something
tequila.
good about England South Africa. There are certain fixtures
This tequila's so good.
which are just proper tinglers. I'm absolutely delighted to see George Martin back. What a horrendous run he's had with injury.
Yeah.
And what a very
Get up there,
important piece
Manny.
of the jigsaw he could
Get
be.
up there, Manny.
Oh,
well
great
taken.
take.
Damien
Great
Willemser,
take.
highest, and Box with their first possession. Quick reminder of the teams. For England, we've got Genge, George, Hayes, Coles, Martin, Chesham, Curry, Earl, Van Portfleet, Finsmith, Murley, Atkinson,
pressure.
Freeman,
Straight up in the
Favourboso,
air.
Ginger
and
Rocket.
Marcus Smith, who has come in for the injured, the unwell. That's going to potentially be a penalty. Unwell George Furbank, a massive get well soon to George Furbank. For South Africa, Oxenchain, Malcolm Marks, Thomas du Toit. Peter Steff moves up into the second row and has become captain in the absence of Sia Khaleesi. Ruan Norke, Paul de Villiers, Cameron Hanekom and Jasper Visa. Grant Williams, Miley Libbock, Curtly Aronson, Damien Delende, Jesse Creel, Cheslin Colby and Damien Willemser.
It's interesting we've got the weight comparison. Delande is 106 kg, 6'2". Atkinson 99 kg, 6'1". Jesse Creel 98 kgs. Tommy Freeman 103. So we're
What were you at your
sort of in the
biggest?
match.
World Cup finals 105.
Were you really?
But normally I was about 102.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Did
120.
you
if you're asking.
deliberately put on 3 kegs?
Well, we didn't train, so you just do, don't you?
Oh!
What do you? You put 3 kg on a week.
Yeah,
Well, it
pretty
wasn't on
much.
the piss, though. No.
Oh,
If you have
try
picked-
time.
Oh, my God.
Damien,
No.
Hold him
oh
up.
wow.
This
If
is...
If you haven't scanned that barcode, you better do it quickly. I think we might be able to have our first try.
think we
South
might do.
Africa, a yard and a half out.
First set
But
piece
see,
off
this
the
is
line
where
Peter
out.
Steff.
Thomas de Toig. If
Thomas
he got
de
on
Toig.
that, if he got on his try in the first half, it'd look a
This
very
is
good bet
desperate
if he
for
gets one
England.
very early now.
First
Oh,
set
they're
piece.
in.
Oh,
They're in.
God.
First try, 2 minutes, 16 seconds on the clock.
I've got a word
Rassi
for this.
in the box with a little nod of
Bollocks.
approval.
Oh.
And it's Thomas de
Oh!
Toy!
If anyone is
Tins
making
has
money out of
spoken.
this, I do expect my 10%
Did
through
you
the
put a
post.
bit of flutter on Tom?
So when I went to try and put it on,
Was it 28 to 1?
It was locked out. It was 28 to 1. So
That's
hopefully
a terrible
someone did.
start for
Can you let
England.
us know if you did get something on that?
That is a bad start. Do you know why? First set piece line out, into the corner, beautiful off the top ball, into the wide channel, pick and go, power wins every time. Thomas the Tank Engine, he's
power
left
there.
Bath, he's taken the cash, he's now pulling his pants down.
I do think on a technique thing, why no one tries to shoot their legs underneath his body
And
let
hold
him
them up.
run into you, then
Yeah.
shoot your legs
Wow,
underneath.
Cheslin's goal kicking.
Wow.
So I know he did it against the Barbars the other day, but
is this just going too far in terms of showing off how good you actually are?
Well, is this South Africa just trying things? You just never know. I mean, when you get... okay.
Well, that's a good
Well,
start.
if he continues goal kicking, that opens the door a bit.
Well, because
he's pushed it to the right.
10, didn't they? Arnie Libbok, they're concerned that his goal kicking isn't that great.
Well, why not give him the opportunity to improve?
Well, but I think he's had quite a few chances. He's got 23 caps, maybe. I'm making that up, something like that. I saw maybe slightly less, and he's kicked a number of times.
Yeah.
South Africa will be happy. I can't wait to see what the South African fans are saying online. We got anything in the comments? Anyone commenting out?
So, yeah, you can pick that up and have a look at it.
Oh, I will. I shall.
Libbok, Pierce, Steph. I'll tell you the other worry about that from an England perspective is that Thomas Tutoy, admittedly with two latched on behind him, went straight through Genge, Chesham and Martin. And that's your biggest timber.
Yeah.
Well, we've got box win, but we're going to scream them over the try line.
The only downside to the Thomas Tutoy bet is how long he stays on in the second half.
Well, I was going to say you're going to need it in the first 10 minutes.
Nathan Rattray, great name. I had Thomas to score 2 at 40-1.
Wow.
First try blocky, yes. Listening from France, Springbokker, welcome. Yeah, you hope. We've got a few comments. Please comment wherever you're watching. We're going to read some of you out. We're going to be involved. We're all best of friends here. Someone's put in naff camera angle in the game. Oh, we've had a first criticism.
Did you see that New Zealand try where the forwards just did hands down the line and they got around the outside?
Yeah.
I was like, that's what you need to sort of be able to do.
Willemse is having a storming first 5 minutes.
Storming 50th cap start, isn't he?
Great start. How do you know it's 50th cap? Because he's got giant 4-foot letters on his chest.
I would say this is a slightly concerning start for England.
We need to physically step up at the moment. We're sort of on the back foot.
Very soft.
Yes.
5 minutes gone, and it has been all South Africa, and they lead 5-0. And there's altitude factor to come as well.
At the moment, we're all over the shop at the moment.
Oh dear. Oxen Shea on the loose. Ryan Norke.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Go
Lord.
on the Ox.
Oh dear. Go on, George.
Ox has got some wheels. This is
shell shock at the moment.
We're going to get a pants pulled down.
Damien Dialende, and it's going to be
it's going to step
Colby.
inside.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lordy B, this could be a long afternoon. How much booze have we got?
We've got
Maybe
a lot
time
of
to open a
booze.
beer.
Okay.
Footwork.
South Africa in again.
Should we go on to half pints of
2
tequila?
tries, 5 minutes. Colby with the step. Very
pass that
reminiscent
to,
of the
pass
try
that
in the
to
World
Xander.
Cup final
Head
of
of the
2019. Same place on the pitch.
Okay.
Ches and Colby, can we just talk how good that step is? I thought he was going to get caught then. I thought maybe...
Apologies if you went on my plus 14.5, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mate, that is horrific to stop.
Oh, it is. It's
Finn Smith, though. Finn Smith round the leg tackle. Textbook.
I mean, this is the worst place to be in the world of a winger. Looking at Chet, you've just got to sprint at him, I think.
Someone's written, not sure about the documentary description, boys.
Documentary description.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Follow up with that. Let us know what you mean.
Yeah.
So Colby with his second kick at the poles, 36.9 metres.
We've got to see the replay of his try. Can we get on with the kick,
There's
please?
the footwork. If we're talking top step, straight through the middle as well. 12-0 South Africa, 6 minutes gone. England all over the place.
Yeah,
and with a huge altitude factor probably still to kick in.
I wonder if Brownie's rethinking putting Genji in over the Ox.
Watch this. There's Merley. Oh my God! He didn't get
I know.
Close.
Do you think he went ole as he went by?
Straight past him.
Freeman leads the chase.
Oh, that's right.
With a big follow-up tackle on Damien Willemse.
This is where momentum. We need a big stop and. We need something.
We need someone to stand up and make a big hit. A big hit. Tommy Freeman did well off kickoff.
I suppose the concern for England, Curry's not played a huge amount of rugby.
We haven't caught a clean box kick yet.
No. Oh God, and we're not about to.
Wetfay were both. We've lost. That's 3 lost.
We're just losing
box kicks off the back of it.
Losing every battle.
Play for South Africa. Oxenshea high, straight through the defence.
Someone should have said, this is Nathan Rattray again. He said Pollock should have started and Freeman 15, Slade at 13.
See the problem. Well,
just to let you know, we've only had 18% of the ball.
Oh God.
7 minutes gone. South Africa lead by 12 points to 0. I'm not entirely sure England could have factored a worse start, really.
But this is very different. This goes to show the difference between Premiership rugby and international rugby. Everything's a challenge. The box kicks.
Oh my, that's the 4th box kick we haven't claimed, although it has come back to Marcus Smith.
In a Premiership, you can let that slide. It won't
no,
make
that's
a
around the side.
difference.
That's a pen.
Gone. Oh, lovely
job.
Lord.
Jesus, this is a raggedy start. Martin with a pass to no one. Finn Smith tidying up in his own 22. When you're in moments like this,
It's what
Are
you
you
call
just-
being caught
You
in the
need to
tumble
just take,
dry.
Yeah, I've
you
heard
need to
that.
take the sting out of it.
This has been called caught in the tumble dry. You can't catch your breath. Nothing's quite going right. You haven't got the ball. Every time you get the ball, you're in a defensive position. You just need a minute. As Mike says, you've got to regroup. You've got to be calm here. Look, slow it down. Which is exactly what
I mean,
Van
for the
Portman's
first time,
doing.
I'd actually go long and into touch.
for their,
Which I think he might have.
which is
Done.
heard you,
Done.
Tins.
Oh,
Well
it's
done.
almost like you used to
Lovely
be a coach,
commentary.
Mike.
Yeah.
How did
Right,
that go,
take a
Bert?
breath, everybody.
This
And
would be,
England need to
this
do
would be
likewise.
Just, maybe just take your time, walk in, forwards get together. Just
Someone take a knee. Can we get a little bit of
Kit
cramp
Kat.
this
That
early?
used to
Kit
be
Kat,
our
have a-
call.
take
Kit
a
Kat.
break.
That means
We've
a prop drop to his knee.
We've got
It
a
is
first. We've got,
fabulous
we've
answer.
got a first bit of
Salivating
criticism
at the
here.
sound of
Right.
Kit Kat.
Well, we're hearing a lot of reaction, but not much description. Oh, you'd like us to do it
So
like
we're not commentating.
You're
We're
not
just
commentating,
we're presuming you're watching the game, and we're
Yes.
just giving you our twos and views
Yes,
Yeah.
as we
but,
go.
but we can let Alex take the lead, and he can
Multi-screen.
commentate if you want, and we
Yeah.
can chip in with some really incisive
No, I
rugby
think
stuff.
we're gonna
So
just bounce that
that's
around.
someone who's put pause on their like mute on their TV and actually
Yes.
wants us to do that. Sorry,
But
we'll
his
try and
handle
do
Your
is
that
second
better.
screen companion.
Don't
Oxen
upset
Shea
him.
has taken a knee.
Don't understand because his handle is personalised knives. You don't want
Right.
a personalised knife in your back.
How good is that stadium?
Yeah,
We've got fabulous wide angle of the stadium,
It's a drone, I think.
which is 90-odd% full, I think.
He's won
according
2
to
World
latest
Cup winners'
reports.
medals.
Go sign in the crowd saying, "Go Boca, we play football, not soccer."
Lovely.
Well, that's a relief.
We haven't seen any rockets on the rocket cam.
Ross Gregory's just dropped in no hands Murley when
No
he
hands
didn't get a
Murley,
hand on.
right.
Yeah, that was the big man.
What goes on in the coaching box? You've sat in coaching boxes.
What,
at
right
Gloucester,
now?
et cetera. Yeah. So
Um,
Oxen Shea's gone through Chesham and Jamie George. That
That's
was
no
that
good,
was for
that.
the earlier bust for
yeah, it's difficult.
Cheslin Colby's try.
It-
So take us into a coaching
it
box
would be
when the
diff-
shit
It's a
hit the fan.
difficult situation as a coach's box right now because you're 10 minutes into. You're not even 10 minutes into the game. You're emotionally not winning those battles, the physical battle. So how can you change that from the coaching box? That's something where you've got to be just getting a message to your captain or whatever, saying you need to pull them together and
So
reset them. Hopefully they've worked on something about how they reset. We know that they'll have psychologists and psychologists and everything else, but yeah, they need to get a momentum moment, which could either be a turnover or something big
yeah.
to sort of really make that change.
Great
At
line.
the moment, they're just defending after phase.
Do you reckon
Oh
he
my
went to the
Lord.
camera?
So South Africa on the attack over the 10-metre
Good defence,
line.
though.
Quick
That's
hands.
good defence.
Villansa in behind. Faye Wabosa struggling to handle,
Oh, he's
but
off.
has done
Go on, son.
incredibly well.
Oh, he's done
wow.
He's
unbelievably
done brilliantly well under a huge amount of box pressure.
Imagine the camera
England in
panned
their
to the
own
box
22.
and Borthwick was breathing into a paper bag.
Smelling salts. Passed out.
I'd love
Yeah.
that.
England going through the phases trying to get Van Portfleet set, presumably, to do what Tins asked for earlier, which is kick long and into touch.
Yeah.
And England, they've gone high.
Oh,
Are they going to
God.
claim their first
The thing
contestable? No,
No.
Murley doesn't even get near
near it.
Willemse with free time
The thing I
and the
would
power to get through the first
thing I
tackle.
would look at doing from that situation is just
This
seeing
is
how
all South
long you
Africa.
can go. Because you're at altitude, you could possibly get it 22 to 22 quite comfortably. So
Grant Williams
make
is
them
a
have to
good player.
get out their own half. At the moment, we're letting them.
What's
just
the,
have
what's
ball
the
in our
possession
half.
stat at the moment? It's all South Africa's territory
Yeah, it was
and
82 a minute ago.
possession. I think if we're comparing recent fixtures for England, this feels quite like
70
Ireland at Twickenham. where-
75%.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we've caught one.
Murley takes the first.
So we have to have a shot because we caught
And
one.
it's a penalty to South Africa. This is going to be
no.
15-0,
Well,
10 minutes on the board. England going off their feet at the breakdown.
How did?
And I
Who
think Colby
missed
will
the
step
clear
up
there?
to the 3. This is an absolute stinker of the
Yeah.
first 10
Yeah.
minutes. When you've put,
It's
they've
as
been
bad as
there,
it
they've
can
been there
be.
10 days.
Yeah.
They've come
This-
out of the Six Nations with a little bit of momentum, a little
Yeah.
bit of.
And this is the
something
problem.
to build
this is the
on against
problem.
France.
When you don't have that little
Oh,
moment
no, they're going to the
of,
corner.
of time.
So
Although
Libok from
but-
centre field is going to try and put it 5 metres out.
But what if
Lovely
you look at it
swing
from
of the
their
boot,
point of view,
and it is 5 metres
their
out.
tails are up. They've had all the ball. They've won that sort of carry, so they're just so comfortable.
Yeah, got questions.
Oh, it's Jasper Visa at the breakdown, and there's
They've got to
nothing
split his
Coles can
arms
do
there.
about it.
We've got Jack McCowie. He said, "I've muted TV and got you on the phone. This is great."
Oh,
Thank
Jack.
you. Thank you,
Oh, well
Jack.
played.
Oh,
so
fuck
Chesham
you,
gets up at the
personalised
front of the
knives.
line, and
We
Marks
steal a
has
line
his
out,
first.
and then we've closed the gap.
Lost line out. What have they done
God.
here?
Right, we've got to do a shock, lads. This is.
Oh, no, it's not. They've
Oh,
closed the
quick
line
to-
out.
oh my
So
God.
South
The chance
Africa
for
back
Visa-
on the
oh my
charge.
God.
Is it bad that I know that they score?
Oh, right. Visa to Peter
Shut
Steff, Grant
up.
Williams. Don't be a sport Tins. Grant Williams with the ball at the base.
Oh
Libbok
my God, Libbok.
missed
Great
two.
pass.
Willemser. And it's
Footwork.
Curtly Aronson in the corner. He's done Faye Reboso. I tell
he's
you
done
what, Smith, I beg your
Marcus
pardon,
Smith.
he's gone outside Smith. 17-0 South Africa, 11 minutes 52 on the clock. They are one try away from a bonus point, and the box traditionally starts slowly to the summer. This is a horror show. There is no other way.
Yeah.
There is no other way to say it.
Well, it's good to have you back on
this
TV.
This couldn't have gone any worse.
No.
And the problem is for England now, it's not. They haven't taken it into what I reckon they hoped they would do and make it quite attritional.
They've been done in every single facet of the game.
They're now going to have to play a Springbok team that's going to be quite comfortable throwing the ball wide because they've had success.
Yeah.
Both wingers have scored.
Yeah.
They've trucked it up the front. They've
yeah.
scored from 5 metres out from
We
a
had
tight
Scott
head.
Brits in. We had Scott Brits in the week for GBR Extra, and he was talking about if you're going to play this team, you've got to move the forward pack around. You've got to make it challenging and physical. We want to see. He said that South Africa want to go to their regular game plan. They're going wide. They're finding yards. They're kicking the ball up. They're winning to compete. Cheslin Colby doesn't even need to kick the ball. He's missed the kick properly. It's
So he's missed
17-0.
1 from 3
It's
for
nearly
Cheslin.
20 points
I'm
before
just thinking
half-time.
because he's missed 2 out of the 3. I think he's to give England a chance.
Yes,
to
very
kick
kind
another.
of him. Thank you, Cheslin. Right, cheers, lads.
I'm sorry to say
cheers.
that this has got a horrible feel of men against boys at the moment. And, you know, England need to find something quickly. But this is like just everything.
If I'm honest, I
South
think
African.
South Africa have just been lucky so far.
The bounce of the ball and all that.
Yeah.
All the bounces have gone their
The
way.
referees definitely helped South Africa.
They haven't really earned anything.
Right, we've got. They've knocked us out of 2 World Cups. We still can't prepare well for them. What the fuck? Referee has missed a few penalties for England already, which we all knew was going to happen.
There's just no
more love for
authority out there.
ball
There's nothing
It's-
under
it's
the
13
ball.
minutes.
Go on,
Go
Finn.
on,
Go on,
then.
Finn. Finn
Go
Smith
on,
with
then.
England's
Go on,
first
Finn.
attacking play. Shakes through a couple of tackles. Earl on the ball now. South Africa realigning in defence
This is
for
what
the
they need.
first
A bit of time.
time
Go on then, Tommy.
in their own
Making
half.
yards.
This is a bit better.
this
England with the
this is
ball
the first time we've had a
and
phase
playing a bit of
in the
rugby.
opposition
Earl
half.
through, but looking isolated.
No, he's off his
Van
feet though.
Portfleet. Smith.
Go on,
Genji
Genji.
with a little bit of
Footwork.
footwork.
Nice,
On the
Genji,
rhino.
bit of footwork.
Maybe it's rope-a-dope from England. Maybe they're going to take what
Yeah.
South Africa can throw at them.
Oh no, that's
no,
not good.
That's gonna
That's
be-
not good. That's
He's
not
off his
good.
feet, though. He's
He is
off his feet, so
Van
it's all right.
Portfleet doing well to get the ball back in a tight scenario.
Yeah,
Corporal
that's
Coles
true.
on the charge.
That's
what
true.
a season he had
Back
for
in-
Northampton,
Back
and now
in
it's the time.
2018, we took a massive 28 something lead.
24-3 up we were at
then we
altitude,
ended up
and then
losing,
ran out of
didn't we?
puff. That's the worries. England haven't yet.
That's okay. Go on then. That's
nice.
great play
Great
by
work.
Van Portfleet.
Van Portfleet linking
what
up
we
with Finn
need.
Smith. England now 10 metres out.
Oh,
Curry picks and
Go
goes.
on then. Good pop
And this
pass.
is good from England. The first
This is
real
better.
sight of England on the ball. Van Portfleet, Hayes thunders forward.
Go on,
5
Hayes.
metres out now, England. Faye Boso in the
Well, 5
breakdown. I'd get him back out on the wing. Finn Smith, Marcus Smith.
Marcus Smith.
And
Oh,
Smith is
oh,
1 metre short.
Fucking hell!
Come on,
There's gotta
England.
be a pass.
Let's get something back
Got to
into
be a
it.
pass on the right. Van Portfleet, let's go.
Go fast.
Go.
Van Portfleet takes his
Get on
time. It
with
looks
it.
like England to go power gears.
Oh,
1 metre out
pause.
now. Jamie George, the skipper, in the absence of Marrow.
Hate when they pause.
Takes another yard. Earl, a yard shot. They've lost it. They've lost
no,
it.
it's
And South
penalty,
Africa,
penalty.
give me a pen.
It's yellow card. If he's
That should
if
be
that's a strip,
actually.
that's a yellow.
England's
Can you
best there
pop
in
a
the
lid on
crowd.
a beer? I may need as much as you
yeah,
can get.
can we just talk about right? It's amazing, isn't it? Momentum,
Yeah.
directness, leg drive. You know, the physical difference between the 2 sides, even on paper, it looks bigger in South Africa's favour. But England are a powerful team. If you look after the
Ellis'
ball and you're
quote, wasn't
direct, you'll get there. What would you like? Would you like a castle?
I'd like an Asahi, please.
Asahi.
Friend of the show.
I just
Asahi
heard
beer.
Flat say no one's going to take 3 at 17 down. But if you take your 3, you're only 2 tries
Yeah.
down.
And
rather
and you get
than
another
3.
minute. Another minute.
Yeah.
Genge. They're a yard short. So England have taken the tap. They want points on the board.
Earl.
I would have taken the points then if I were.
Yeah,
them.
I think you just need a minute, don't
Yeah.
you?
Need
Well,
a minute.
it just
England
gets that-
again.
it
You've
gets
got to
that
get something
momentum,
out of this.
doesn't it?
Coles now.
Corporal.
Oh, he's right there.
Coles. He's a
Corporal.
meter. He's a yard short, but he's turned the
He
wrong
got caught in
way.
a pothole.
And South Africa are racked up round
Come on,
the
lads.
edges. Curry.
It's a gamble.
Big game for
if it
Curry.
Pays off.
Earl again
Go on,
with a
Earl.
yard to go. It's just
on.
phase after phase.
Go on,
One,
Van Portfleet. Stop pausing on it. Just
one
fuck
out
it.
rugby. Genji, come on. Bit of
This is-
energy,
I
bit of
hate it
power.
when
Did well there.
Smith has stepped
Get him
into
out.
10.
I hate when the scrum halves pause.
This is
Don't
it's
let
very
reset
slow
you.
from England, but it is controlled. They've gone
Go on,
back
go on,
the other
lads,
way.
Go on.
1 yard
Oh.
out. 5 out from the posts.
Come on.
And it's going to be
Come on, Ches. Oh, no, he's
Chesham,
gone too
big
high.
Ches.
Oh,
He's gone too high.
Thomas
Oh,
Toy
God.
in on the ball.
He's done
It's
well
just
there.
exactly as you'd imagine. Hayes
Go on,
with a big
oh,
rumble
Hayes, he's done
forward.
well, Hayes, to be fair.
Tell you what,
Now
this
it
is
needs to be
brilliant
quick,
South
though.
African
It needs to be
defence.
quick.
Quicker.
It's too slow.
Fuck. I've got some breasts I'm going to fondle just to calm down.
There's got to be space on this left now, surely.
It's very slow. It's very methodical. Oh,
Oh,
no.
That was, he did
Oh,
it.
he's
He
given
did
it.
Given it.
He's
That was
given it.
smart.
That was
That was
smart from
smart.
Jamie
Jamie
George. And the
George.
captain comes up with a try. A little dot down from the
That's what
base
you
of
need.
the breakdown.
You need your skipper to stand up.
And he
The
caught
little
South
wee ball
Africa
has.
napping
Well done.
on that fringe defence.
Right,
and
we're
my
gonna win.
word, England are sucking in the big
We're
one.
back,
So they
baby.
haul
Right.
it back to 17-5.
Right, someone's here. We've got. Did you think Borthwick is the right man to lead the World Cup? Yes.
I'll tell
because
you in
no one else.
Tell you in
Yeah,
50
tell you-
minutes.
Sorry,
Tell you
guys,
in
we're all over your try
68
line.
minutes.
Embarrassing men against boys. Haven't won one collision yet. I think you found we did, sir.
Yeah.
I think we did. That's how we scored. Borthwick out. Someone's got down.
I would
let's go shot to shot.
I would say one thing,
Yeah.
which is in the Rugby Championship last year, South Africa went up very big against Australia and then ran out of, I don't know what, they ran out of puff, I don't know what it was, but Australia ended up winning that. I think from not too dissimilar, 21-0 down or something like that.
I was fondling some
Oh,
bread.
no.
Oh, no, they've gone upstairs to the
Oh,
TMO.
let's not get carried away.
God.
And when that
I was about
happens,
to
I
get
think we
into
can
Ross
chalk it off.
Gregory
Right.
when he just said,
We can
does
chalk it
anyone know
off.
who the Boks are actually playing?
Let's have a little
They haven't
listen,
touched
hold
the ball yet.
I was feeling breasts while we scored, so that could be my lucky. Would you ever go on the boobs? Alex, boobs?
Not right now, Jim. I'm going to save the boobs for later.
Tins, boobs, such a boob? What's happened here?
Oh, I do hate it when the...
What does that mean?
So it's going to get chalked off
So
because
it's
they
gonna
are
get chalked off.
saying that
'Cause
Jamie
he's-
George was part of the ruck
Yeah.
and
Which-
therefore is handling in the ruck. Is this going to
yeah,
be?
So which he is because he's leading on the ruck.
He's got his shoulders connected to the breakdown. So this is not going to be a try for England.
So,
So
and a
was
bad
it,
start gets
was
worse.
it a penalty anyway? So do we go back for a penalty?
oh God, Borthwick out. The game's over. Someone said,
No try.
"Oh, for flipping heck's sake!"
Two whites offside.
But yeah,
Interesting to see Finn
yeah.
Smith step up into the conversation with the referee as well. They've done a lot of work on the young leaders coming through. I think Finn Baxter's in
I
there.
would be saying if Jamie George, did we have advantage already though?
Well, he hasn't, and they haven't, and South Africa get a let-off as if they needed it. 17-5 becomes 17-0, and Libbok will clear from his own 5-metre line and relieve the pressure. It has been quite a tough 20-odd minutes, 17 and a half minutes. If you're an England fan, and South Africa get the break.
But
I've
from,
just
from a point of momentum, that is a good shift in England's favour.
Yeah.
They've proved to
Well, yeah,
themselves
but-
that when they get ball in that area, they can make line breaks and they can.
I've just
Yeah,
put,
to
you
line.
could say they made quite hard work of...
I've just put my daughter's
Scoring it.
inheritance on England winning after that little play, and now
Right.
it's been chalked off.
Right. Well,
Well, it's not
try,
much
try and
anyway.
claim
Does
it
anyone know
back.
how-
Yeah, it's
does
only a
anyone know-
fiver, isn't
Does
it?
anyone know how to consolidate debt?
So South Africa will throw into the
I was
line out
actually
on their own
playing with
10-metre line.
playing golf with a liquidator, and I said, I'll give pass your number
Yeah.
on to Hask. I'll probably need
Yeah,
it.
I will need it.
This is
Oh,
the
lads, you
back-to-back world champions flexing in a massive way 15 months out from Rugby World Cup 2027. And an England side who, at the end of November,
Right,
Oh,
come
cheers,
on,
the
we
we
world
got
was
win
theirs
one of
to
these,
conquer.
please.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my
dear.
God.
This is
Let's
going to
go
be
forward, though.
another high ball has been lost by England. South Africa knock on in the process of thundering forward, and England do now have the chance just to set themselves again. They're outside their 22, so they won't be able to kick directly for touch. Even the breakdown's a mess. Even England's ball is having to be hard fought. Van Portfleet at the base will stick it high. Not that
Box
that's
kick.
worked
No,
terribly
he's
well so
gone.
far. Is it going to work this time? Murley, the leading
Murley,
England
just get up.
chaser,
Oh.
and Aronson claims it cleanly. South Africa are back on the attack.
Yeah.
I don't think England have necessarily jumped
I
at
have
the
to
same time
say,
for a
I have
box
to
kick.
say, I think someone needs to get hold of this because the old kick to compete is not working for England. South Africa now do likewise. Faye Bosa can't handle, but does tap it back to Smith, who kicks
That's
back
not a
down
bad kick by Smith.
the touchline,
That's
and
a
South
great
Africa
kick.
will have a line out 5 metres out
Great
from
kick.
their own
Get after
22.
their line out.
What are England thinking at this point? What are England going to do? How are they going to try and turn this around?
No, I think they're still in the tumble dry at the moment.
How long can you be in the tumble dry before you give up? How long can you hold your breath?
No, you never give up.
No, you know what I mean. Before you know what I mean.
Well, I just think that moment, that patch of play there.
17-5, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but that
we've
patch
weathered
of play when actually they looked after the ball. It's the first time they put consistent phases together. They were direct. The big men were carrying. They created options. They got over the ball and they got right to South Africa's try line. Rugby is not that complicated game. You can score a try in 30 seconds. However, you've got to look after the ball and things go well. And at the moment, South Africa's line out is functioning incredible. Off the top there, beautiful, big man winning a big ball at the top. Box kick again for South Africa.
It's worth remembering as well, South Africa have lost 200 and something caps in Etzebeth and Khaleesi pulling out just before kickoff. They've got a debutant and a guy winning his second cap in the back row, and it looks like they are to the manner born. South Africa knock on the halfway line, and my word, they need it. I think is this our first scrum of the game?
It is the first scrum of
20
the game.
minutes, nearly 21 minutes gone, and we will have our first scrum of the game. Oxenche is off.
Just while Alex, we're just resetting for this scrum. Remember, you can join us in the chat. We'll read out your questions. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're channeling all the questions, all the chat, all the hot takes. At the moment, it's Borthwick out, which is probably a little bit negative, if I'm honest with you. But otherwise, we're going to share all the stories, all the adventures. We're having a few drinks.
Just on the competition that we had about try scorer, we have already got a winner. Closest guess was Thomas Totoy in 8 minutes.
And who do we have a name?
Yeah, we CD Mitchell. He's under
CD like CD-ROM from Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
This character CD-ROM.
CD Mitchell. Someone will be reaching out.
CD Mitchell, congratulations to you. I hope they're, proud of themselves and that they've got themselves a bottle of Black Eye on the way. Well done to everybody who's entered. Thank you for getting involved in the Black Eye journey. A reminder that £1.50 of every bottle sold of Black Eye goes to the Black Eye Rugby Fund, where we will be donating those funds to rugby players, male, female, when they need it most. We've put money into the pot of Lewis Moody, Ed Slater, Matt Hampson, RPA and Restart. So thank you to everyone who's bought themselves a bottle. If you do need cheering up as an England fan and you see your team 17-0 down with 21 minutes on the clock, I promise you Black Eye will put a smile on your face. So to blackeyespirits.com, grab yourself a bottle of the gin. We've also got
drink responsibly.
Pre-orders now for our tequila. Pre-15
This is the
code.
best tequila you will have ever tried. Smooth, no burn. You can drink it over ice. You can drink it as a shot. You can have it with a tequila and tonic. You can have it with soda water and ice. It is unbelievable. We're loving it here.
Free kick England from the first scrum of the game. Earl goes. Makes himself a metre or two. And they've done well to retain that, England. South Africa making every single England breakdown a mess. That is... Again, they've just got a block on the ball every time England go into contact. They're fighting through England's joining players. Smith, this is tough. England are not going anywhere with ball in hand, and everywhere they go, there's a South African in their face. Seb Atkinson gets on the ball. No, they've let it go.
Oh, ripped.
Genge with a rumble, putting a bit of momentum into it, but that is off his feet. Well done. Thomas du Toit.
How good's Malcolm Marks over the ball, by the way? He's impossible.
Oh, nice. Bounce pass.
This honestly looks like England they're stuck in a kind of a bit of a nightmare, really. Martin gets a rumble forward. I think at the moment, the only thing that's going to see England get back into this is if the Boks drop their intensity.
Yeah.
Which may happen.
That might happen.
Yeah. Might happen. You can't. I'm not sure you can sustain this intensity for all of it. So they've had 9 phases. England. They've gone nowhere. Van Poortvliet has kicked it 5 yards up in front.
We can manage
into touch.
I've been to the ref about offside. If just watch, I think something that's just never watched when you're playing such a blitz defence like they do under.
Yeah, but it's hometown. It's Ellis Park.
Felix
it's spot
Jones.
crowd.
They are borderline all the time, and I would be. That's why it worked when Van Poortvliet ran and managed to get that offload round the back. That's what you need to do more of. See if the speed of ball, see if he can get to that second defender, so he goes in front and just play behind him.
We've got some things. We've got can England catch a ball? Borthwick out. Was waiting all week to see England scrum against the world's best. Springbok fan here.
Williams has gone.
Oh God!
England have been split at the line-out. Grant Williams has gone 30 metres, and that's Peter Steff. Wearing 4 but running tackle. Like a 14. This is going to be a 4th South African try. That is the new man on the ball.
Hate to see
nice. Go.
Cameron Hanacon making yards, but has lost it.
As a
player, I have to say England done well to regather it. Smith kicks long.
Boot it. 50-22.
And the altitude has taken it. Well, Willemse gets back to prevent the 50-22, but he will kick for touch.
It's
and
not
is keeping it
Look,
in field. He's going to bang
tonked
it back
as
on his
well.
own. Oh, my goodness gracious
Lord.
me.
What a
We have
kick.
seen Smith kick from his own 22 and put it a yard away from an England line out in South Africa's 22. Willemse gathered, turned and fired it back and has got South Africa a 50-22. This is a heavyweight against a bantamweight at the
But
moment.
with Marcus Smith, then him kicking the ball, obviously, 50-22 he could have done. But actually, that's one of the hardest things when you'd be defending. You're running back for a kick chase, and then you see your fullback kick the ball the other way. You're like, Christ, can't they hold on to it for a minute, build some phases? You want to see Marcus Smith attacking, but this is an unbelievable kick.
He's 1 yard out from his own touchline.
Willemse, that is tee to green on a par 4.
Great golf reference.
South Africa throw in on England's line out. They go to the
Not
tail
straight.
gunner, but they don't claim it through Ruan Norke.
Because they broke the 15-metre line, you can compete earlier there.
And they've knocked it on as well. So England will now have a scrum on their own 22.
We won the last scrum on a free kick.
On a free
so
kick
maybe
for an
we
early
need more
engagement.
scrums.
Someone said we need some inspiration. Please, can someone get Hask a smaller top ASAP? That's physically impossible. I've been shopping at Mothercare or Baby Gap.
Shades of Stephen Donald in the 2011 World Cup
except-
final, which was a boob tube. It
Except
looked like
he had a drum.
Taylor Swift
and
crop
I've
top.
got abs.
Yeah,
He had a drum.
his fit. He
He
was
took
in
his
better
drum and
nick
stuffed
than-
it back up into his pecs.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Callum, did we ever find out what words we have to drink on a tequila shot? I asked a question in the week. Can we go see what that is on?
So what was the name of our winner?
He
CD
was
Rom.
CD Mitchell.
CD Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Congratulations to you. How does CD win, Cal? How did they get involved? Did they send us a... Oh, Callum's going
I'm
to
going to
email
email you.
We'll get your details. We'll send you a
Yeah,
bottle of Black Eye.
What game do you
And
want
we'll
to
go
play?
from there.
Oh, so do some
I'm
snack
quite
wars while
peckish.
waiting.
We've been very abstemious
We
on
have
our
snack wars. So we've actually got some items from England and from South Africa. We're going to compare them. Let's start with the pork pie versus some
we haven't got
biltong.
quite as many pork pies as we were going to have.
Yeah, producer Tom, unfortunately, his sticky
The
fingers.
snack keeper had
snack
a little
keeper.
testing of the snacks.
He had a bit of jello around his mouth. I think it was jello, and some pastry in his lap. So do you want to pass the tray, Michael? Or I'm pending.
We're doing meat feast first.
Yeah, we're going to do meat first.
Do we take a positive out of the fact that it was 17-0 after 11 minutes and it's now only 17-0 after 26 minutes?
Well, it depends whether you not minding too much that England
How
had a
you
try
how you
chalked off.
define
Yeah,
positive.
exactly. I mean, it's good and bad, isn't it?
Right, so we're going to go with the
England's scrum. It's collapsed on
Use
the
it,
22,
use
but
it.
the referee is going to make
Use
them
it.
play out. Again, just been
Oh, it's gone.
given a tough old time. Earl picks and goes, gets over the 22. So England now won't be able to kick directly out.
But will they learn
But
off
they've
the
played
fact
to
that they
Martin.
can go
This
from
is
22 to
honestly,
22?
It looks like England are caught in heavy waves. Everything they're doing. I'm going to have some biltong. Actually, I'm going to instead of pork pie first. All right.
Right.
Does go back into the 22. Van Poortvliet goes high. Murley chases. And
got one.
Willemse.
we got
Murley's
one.
taken it.
Shut up, we caught one.
Well done. He is all energy, Murley. Give him credit. There's all energy. There's hustle. There's bustle. And when things are tough around you, it is hard to look good. Atkinson over the top.
Oh, no.
Smith
Oh,
has thrown a
Jesus.
ball that has been knocked on by Curtly Aronson. Faye Weboso
Is that
now
intentional
gathers.
knock-on?
I think
Good
it'll be
defence
given as
up in the wide
accidental. Faye
channels.
Weboso pumps the legs. Gets a
This is
couple
a
of extra
Melton
metres.
Mowbray pork pie we're devouring, by the way. This is an English delicacy.
Can England win at the Snack Wars?
And is wonderful.
That's a super pork pie. So the good news is England go 1-0 up in Snack Wars, despite the fact that they are 17-0 down. Actually, I'm not sure. Does a pork pie beat biltong?
Well, I don't know. We haven't tried the biltong yet.
I know, but
Well, savour the flavour.
bit of previous.
ASMR.
So England will have another scrum on bound that 10-metre line.
Is that not
Well, it's
as
one
bad
hand, isn't
as-
it? If you go for it for one hand, I think that should be a penalty.
Yeah, is that not a penalty?
What would your missus say if she bought some meat-based snacks out in the bedroom? Would that be because normally it's a strawberry, it's a fruit platter. Eating a
Chocolate. Lynn, what are you doing? No, not Lynn. What was it?
that was the woman who works at the.
They took her to our sanctuary. Niche Alan Partridge
I
references
don't
for those
eat
that
meat
like it.
snacks in the bedroom.
When there's a Mexican wave, there's only one thing to do, and that's snack wars.
Yeah.
That was right.
So that
Bok
that
fans
Mel-
think they've
that
won it
Melton
already.
Mowbray-
28
that
minutes
Mowbray
gone.
pie was wonderful.
That pork pie was delightful. We would have
Moist,
had more.
actually, moist.
And fresh. Once your teeth sink through the heavy pastry into the
It's
meat
like
I can
Chat.
see snacks drooling right now.
Yeah, snacks. Yeah, snacks dribbled all
Oh,
over
so
his
they're going
boat
upstairs,
shoes.
so they are going to check the Curtly Aronson.
So this could be.
Knock on.
Is this could be a yellow?
No, I don't think so.
Right,
No,
take let's have some biltong.
I think it's a harsh yellow if it is.
Oh, that was good. That.
It's one-handed though. It's
So I'll tell you
one-handed.
something. I'll ask you something. Oh, thank you.
Just because he's
What
behind
are
it.
England missing here? What have they not done in the first 28 minutes with
Stopped
the players
on the
they've
game
got?
line.
It doesn't matter if he's in front of the pass, by the way. I'm just listening. Anyone listening to commentary, he'll still throw one hand at that and it goes forward. He's going to get yellow.
Oh, he's going to go yellow.
No,
Curtly
Clark.
Harrison's going to the bin. So the try
I
scorer.
agree. He's put himself in that position, and then he's. I agree. That's a yellow.
So England get their first break of the game. I think it's fair to say 28 minutes and 36 seconds gone. And Curtly Harrison is going to be sent to the bin. Getting in the way of a pass between Marcus Smith and Manny Faye-Waboso.
Someone's written knobheads. This
Yep.
is knobheads. Are you watching the game? Yeah, we are actually. We're in a fucking studio watching the game. We're watching what you're watching. We're just not as one-eyed as you. You've got to be South African, calling us a knobhead.
I think Biltong.
Just because
Biltong.
it came with a yellow card whilst we were doing it, that's one to England.
Yeah,
The
it's one
pork
to
pie
England.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think the pork
I
pie?
actually think the pork pie does beat this Biltong.
I think
I do
yes.
like Biltong, but I'm not sure this Biltong is.
I'm a big fan of
I'll tell you
Biltong.
what, if we did more of Thomas Dutoy's Biltong.
That was good. What happened to that sack of Biltong?
Or was that Biltong? Was that
Bordervos? No.
Bordervos?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bordervos.
I don't know.
That
So
was
we can have a line out
exceptional.
on halfway. Forgive me for talking while eating. The Biltong takes a bit of chewing. They put it back
Oh, go on then.
down
Go
the
on,
back
Murley.
line, and
Go on,
Murley is
Murley.
after
Come on,
this.
Oh, no.
And would you believe it? The ball sits up into South African hands.
It's sort of. Oh,
Good hit from
great
George
hit.
Martin.
Who was that?
That was
George
Martin.
Martin,
Take his
great
lid off.
hit.
That's the altitude getting
yeah.
to that.
Martin's removed the scrum cap and gets involved in
I-
it.
Oh,
I
another
took
good
my
hit.
tackle.
This is what we need. Tails
So
are up a
on
little
their
bit.
22 with the breakdown. Grant Williams is going to put it
Straight out.
want some more
into
meat?
touch.
More meat?
I'm all right for now, thanks.
More meat?
Bring out your meat.
Meat? Just some meat?
So it feels that the game has settled a little bit.
Yes.
It's 17-0.
yeah.
England are out the tumble dry now.
They're at the tumble dry,
they are,
but
yeah.
they need to get
They're into the
themselves
laundry.
But they
themselves
need,
on the
they
drying
need
rail.
to
So
swing the
Chesson
momentum
goes
this
high
way.
on the 10-metre line. Smith into midfield. Freeman carries hard. Curry in with him into the breakdown. Van Portfleet switches back to the left.
Martin
Carries hard again. Martin's growing into it a little bit, actually. Van Portfleet, England switch back the other side.
Oh, let's go.
Finn Smith pushes
Chesson.
through, but it's Chesson on the chase.
Oh,
my
Lord! It went out. That was
Oh,
so
my Lord,
close.
drama. But it ain't going to be what England want because Chesson was out of play. So Colby left it. Think, if you know your rugby from 2004, think, what was he called? Clement Poitrenaud
Yes.
for Toulouse when Rob Howley scored the winner for Wasps in the Heineken Cup. So Colby left it
Yeah.
and Chesson picked it up but was in touch as he gathered the ball.
Great chase from Chester. They don't look as tired as you think they would be.
No,
30
I
minutes.
wonder
they
if
look
England are
good.
growing into it now.
Interesting, George Martin taking the scrum
Right,
cap
let's
off.
get a bit of
That's the
pressure on
first
this South
sign of
African
attitude,
line out.
that.
5
Yeah.
metres out, marks to throw in, and they go up at the front, and
No
Peter
competing.
Steff takes it safely.
We've
Williams
just-
puts it back.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Lord.
Oh, God.
That's what we didn't need.
Yeah, that's what we call relieving the pressure.
Yeah.
International rugby is a very simple game if you can back up positives. Positive, good kick chase. Negative, straight away a penalty off the line out. You're just compounding errors. That's
High
why
tackle.
England aren't in the game. Is because every
Can't
time
build
they do
pressure.
something right,
They do something
they
wrong.
then do something wrong straight away. Whereas South Africa are doing good. Oh, God.
He knew it. Do you know,
Yeah.
he hadn't even hit the ground, and Ellis just it was a high tackle from Ellis
Do you want
Genge
a beer, Michael?
as South Africa carried
Sure.
it out, and he grimaced before his knee had touched the ground. Is that just symptomatic of blowing out of your backside and not quite knowing where you are, or is that just...
I just think you've got to go lower. I just think the problem is, as a big man, tackling high is easy and it's less.
Well, it's because you're blowing out your backside,
more,
though,
yeah, it
isn't it?
seems more aggressive, but actually chopping people around the legs is the way forward. But they don't look like they're blowing that much. So Ellis Genge, Baby Rhino, they don't look. He's not absolutely in pieces, is it? I don't think any of the England team look out on their feet at the moment.
I
They
tell you
look
what,
like
so we've got
well-prepared.
8 minutes to go until half time. South Africa with a commanding lead. 4 penalties conceded by England to South Africa's 2. So at this point, half an hour gone, almost everything has been South African. Set piece, gain line,
This is 50's
ambition.
test.
And the only thing they haven't necessarily done as they would like is the goal kicking. I think Willems has been absolutely
I
superb.
would
at
say,
15.
you know, like, obviously South Africa have been a way better team in the first half, but they've also had where things have sort of sat up for them as well. Obviously, the kick chasers, all the ones that we drop are sort of bouncing into their hands, but that is because of their pressure as well. I fully understand that. But, you know, then the ball bouncing up to Peter Steff on our side. We just haven't had a little break yet to allow us to get back into this, but you don't sometimes get that against South Africa.
Someone
do you?
said here.
but we've got lineouts on
good
tap. Come on. We need to go wide. They're down a back.
But just everything England are doing through the back line. So Seb Atkinson kicking now.
Go on,
and that is not a bad nudge. It goes out
it's a good nudge.
7 metres from South Africa's line. But if it feels like England are starting to play a bit more territory rather than through the phases.
But also, they've got to think they're a man down in the back line. So kicking that ball away, why don't you just keep it on the outside?
because
We've got
at
some,
the moment, they're not winning the game.
We've got some passionate fans here. We've had. How do you not snap at the ball going across your face? Come on, definitely South African.
Oh no,
Should have Curzon at 10. Body language again just not good. Hit the Bilton boys. I've met you all. Good boys. Enjoy. I'm a Bok fan. Just returned to Safaland after 25 years in the UK. Miss the weather. And Andy Hayward sounds bitter. He said the key to getting your comment read out is having the word Hask in it. None of those comments I've read have got Hask in it.
Bar the last one.
Bar the last one,
did.
which is the irony of the whole situation.
Yeah.
But I read it out anyway just to prove a point.
Producer Thomas, I've actually just
What's he
checked
said?
he said the stadium announcer welcomed England by saying the Roses. And then he said, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be over quickly, and you're probably not going to enjoy most of it.
Is that what he
Welcome to
said?
hell, yeah.
Oh, dear.
but they've got to pull some strike moves out now. They know that they've got a numerical advantage unless they're going to pull someone out of the line out.
So, again, 35 minutes gone. England, you could have written up. Oh, is that going to be straight? Yeah, no, England take the line out. On that South Africa's 10-metre line, Van Portfleet to Atkinson to Freeman,
lovely.
who gets his hands through the tackle. Another ball that goes to deck, but Feo
But we've
Bosa
got
gathers,
space
and Murley's
there.
got some wheels. Murley's got some wheels!
Inside!
England 5 metres
no.
out. Back three, all into the breakdown, so it's going to go to the heavy traffic. Van Portfleet to Cole's 5-metre line on South African territory. Van Portfleet, again, it's slow from England. Atkinson goes 4 metres out now from England.
No leg drive. You
No,
can't
he
flop
Goes
like
to
that.
deck
It's off
quite
the
easy.
feet.
Very slow ball. South Africa look very well set. The big heavy artillery on the fringes of the breakdown. Again, England go to the
gotta
right.
go.
Van Portfleet again to Finn Smith, who has
he's
trucking
done well.
it
been
up
one
the
of the bright
top.
sparks
Smith.
for England so far. He's certainly fronted up to what's been thrown at him. Van Portfleet digs in. Again, it's slow ball for England. 3, 4, 5 seconds. Feo Bosa goes on his own. Good tackle by
Gotta go.
Money Libbock. It's Chesham now, right
God,
out on the
Chesham.
wide. Chesham in the corner, 3 metres out.
This would be massive if we can
This is a huge opportunity.
Try.
It's a penalty to England for, I think, South Africa creeping offside.
At the key time, who do we solve?
It just doesn't look like
Genji's
when you
gone
look.
quickly.
Oh, they've gone quickly. Genji
Nice
on
goal!
there!
Genji's
And
gone
England do have a
Come
try.
on, Genji, baby Rhino.
Oh,
Jamie George had one chalked off earlier on, but his front row colleague, Ellis Genge, gambles with the quick tap and go and wrestles, fights, burrows his way over,
From
makes
high
amends for the
tackle
high
to-
tackle,
Lovely.
and England have got points on the board. My God, did they
yes.
need that?
We're
Kick,
winning
kick
the World
goes
Cup.
over.
We're winning the World Cup after that.
Right.
That's
That is
it.
a good
Yeah,
finish.
great
Fair
great
play.
finish. Quick tap, clever play.
Sits
That
Thomas
is
the
thunder
toy
meets
down.
thunder.
But do you know what the thing with it is? Every time England have gone fast, played
Yeah.
fast, been smart, they've caught South Africa. Every time they haven't, they've got
I
absolutely
think
nowhere.
that's something that's going to be spoken about at half time. And in Van Portfleet, every time he's got that speed going,
Yeah.
he's got to be playing. They are lying over the ball. I don't think South Africa are necessarily fully legal in terms of how they're slowing down ball, but they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
So he needs to emphasise
massive
that
seller
point.
from Ellis as well. Loads of
He
passion
actually-
for the
I
proud
think-
Bristolian.
I think he ran through Thomas the Tank Engine there.
Did he?
Thomas the Toy. I
Bumped
think
him.
bumped him first time.
That's
He
like
actually-
sort of boulder meeting boulder, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, how does one boulder stop
Newton's
another
law
boulder?
in it. Third law.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Conlon's third.
Kinetic
No,
energy.
no. It's when
I'll tell you what, 17-7 suddenly, with 36 minutes on the clock. If England can get to half-time, 10 down,
Even get a
and
pen
they
and
haven't been
maybe
very
have
good
a
at that. They
three-pointer.
keep conceding in the last 3, 4, 5
Are
minutes
they
of a half.
lifting Seb Atkinson
Yeah.
in the middle?
Yeah.
Did we decide who won Snack Wars? I think the first round goes to the pork pie, I've got to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So Earl reclaims the kickoff from Libbock, sets themselves in their own 22. Van Portfleet rolls the ball to the back of the breakdown. Martin's trailing leg the last. Van Portfleet goes high. Now, can England get under this? They have not had a lot of success under the aerial competition.
well,
no,
good take.
Willemse again,
Got them.
absolutely
Counter
superb.
up,
But England
though.
pile through. George is on marks. It is a proper test match. I tell
Yeah.
you what, you do still feel at 17-7, anything can happen. England have weathered an absolute horror start,
Get pressure on, pressure on.
sucked in the big ones, got a little bit of composure back, and just sort
Mark.
of... Oh,
Oh,
Manny
God.
under the high ball is not enjoying it hugely.
No.
Smith now.
Oh.
5 metres from his own line.
Oh,
He's
he's done
done
very well,
absolutely
very well.
brilliantly there.
I hate that.
England get a penalty.
Yeah, see,
10 from their own
this
line.
is what South Africa are doing really well. It's splitting their legs, and they're not holding their own body weight. And that's what's been slowing down that England ball. They have to talk about how they can split their arms at half
Paul
time.
de Villiers, the man who's come in for Sia Khaleesi in that 6 shirt, who gives away the penalty. And Finn Smith kicks up towards England's 10-metre line. They'll have the line out as well.
Marcus does
And if
very
England
well
find something
here.
else here, a little 3 points just before half-time.
Oh.
Jamie George to throw in. And they go long. Earl takes it. And England beginning to get a bit of ball.
Do you know what that does, though? That negates the line speed. That
Surely South Africa are offside there.
Oh, my God.
Again.
Surely South Africa offside.
Yeah.
How can they not be offside there?
We've got a few more people coming in the film. We've got what a try, England. Great work, Van Poorfleet. Well done, good try. Okay, now we've got a game.
Curly
well
Harris
done,
are back
Genge. As a
on.
box
15
support, I love
on
Genge.
15.
The toy wears Genji's pyjamas. Who do you think has shown up for England so far? The Smiths have been pretty good. No one in our forward pack has stood out so far. Come on, England, Genge. We've got a few. Stop the slow
But
play.
if you-
Hate to see it, but love the power for England.
If I had control of the TV, if you go back there, Van Poorfleet didn't need to throw that. If he'd have dropped the short ball, Peter Steph-Toy's already gone past. And there was a forward coming just in between them both. If he'd have just held that and then dropped it, that's what England have got to look at doing.
It's what
in
the
second
All
half.
Blacks were doing very well this morning, is making the defence commit and then picking the right option.
Paul de Villiers, everywhere.
What's that mean? Oh, yeah,
everywhere.
he's been very good, de Villiers. Fair play. Who has been stand out for the box? Willemser at 15.
All been pretty good.
Grant
Yeah.
Williams has been
Grant
everywhere.
Williams has been great.
Ox had his little trundle. I think both the wingers have been
Jasper
outstanding.
Veese has
Obviously,
carried
Aronzi
well.
with the
Veese
yellow.
is an absolute
fullback.
menace.
Willemsey's been...
England's scrum. England get a little nudge on in the scrum,
that's-
but it collapses and Atkinson carries hard into midfield. But again, it's sort of an absolute mess of a breakdown.
But
England have got
ref
no
killed
rhythm
that.
here. It's a
Ref has
real...
killed that.
And
Fucking
again,
refs.
Smith kicks long.
But that could
England
work. That
could
that's
work. Is that
50-22, is it?
50-22? It is.
Well done.
Or was that
No,
inside?
I think he played it back into 50.
Van Poorfleet is a joy.
Hooter goes
watch
for
on
half
attack.
time.
But we've got to check. We've stolen the last two lineouts, so it gives them a chance.
They will play the line out by the look of it.
Someone said, how long did it take to paint your England top on this morning? Telemuted, listening to you. Legends instead. Happy Welshman here. And that
Oh, well
was
played,
Kieran,
Wales.
well
done,
Up the
Wales.
Wales. Up the Wales.
Well
Up
done,
the
Wales. Go
Wales.
Wales.
That is a cracking win
That
for
is a
them, by
brilliant
the way.
win for Wales.
Yeah, great win for Wales. Great to see you back winning in international rugby.
Everybody wants a strong Wales.
Yes, we do.
Oh, it was a
What's
50-22.
Snack say?
He said in your best Nigel Owens accent.
All right,
What-
guys, excuse me.
Just-
Well done, Wales.
it was a 50
Christopher!
It was a
I'm not
50-22.
being
It was a
funny.
50-22.
This isn't
So we've got the
soccer.
ball,
This
yeah.
is rugby. You got a yellow card. Fuck off.
Jamie George will throw in. England have one last chance of getting something out of the first
great.
half.
Even a penalty here would be
17
amazing.
set down.
Oh,
Freeman
again, like-
carries hard into midfield, banged over. Van Poorfleet switches back to the left. Earl's got through a lot of work.
A lot
It hasn't
of
all
work.
been
Has.
massive
See,
meters.
that's the
to
speed
Chester.
that
Martin out wide.
Martin out wide.
Martin's over! And somehow England, on the stroke of half-time, having been pulverised and knocked down
Shut
on
up.
repeated occasions, have scored their second try.
That is a fucking hell of a finish.
17-12 with the kick to come.
What a finish.
Why, England, oh England, what are you doing?
I
Yes.
know.
All right, Earl's been phenomenal.
Chesham, who has been huge,
phenomenal. Oh my
second
God,
row
great
partnership
hands,
at
great
Leicester.
finish. Oh my
Just
God.
rise the
combining for
tackle.
England and the
Go on,
muscle
you
of
big
Martin.
unit.
That is a finish and a half low.
He's a
Bum,
big old
bum,
lump.
bum.
low.
He goes through
Oh my God.
Visa, his Leicester teammate. That is a
That is
fabulous
great.
finish from England.
Great
And
hands
Borthwick
from Chesham.
suddenly is on for a
So to
knighthood.
be fair though, someone said who stood up for England. I think Earl's been great. Earl has definitely turned
Been busy
up.
without being...
Chesham's done bits.
Big kick, Finn Smith. Here we go.
Yeah.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Come on.
Last player, the first half.
Come on.
Oh,
he's got it.
Beauty.
Come on.
Finn Smith lands the touchline conversion. Listen up if you're listening in. South Africa 17, England 14, and I have
on, you
absolutely
good thing.
no idea how that can
Mate, that
possibly
is
be
a
the
finish.
halftime score.
We wrote them
How is
off.
that the score?
This is how rugby. We all
This
wrote
is
them off.
rugby. Bloody love
This
it.
is rugby. We wrote them off. We said this is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be an awful day. We're going out half time, all to play for.
They were in the
Fabulous.
tumble
3
dry
tries to
too
2.
long. They came
Yes.
out over dry and they went straight back in
But
there.
it's simple
Right.
play. When they go forward, they respect the ball, quick rucks with momentum against soft shoulders. They look a completely different side. Every time they get caught in that kicking battle, high balls, they look like they're struggling.
Rugby, eh?
Rugby.
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson said football, bloody hell. Rugby,
Right.
bloody hell.
We've got some more. We've got some more here. We've got George Martin, colossal. Game on. That deserves a shot. Yes. What half of rugby? Boca all the way. Visa, sit down. Yes, boys.
So let's put a little bit of context on that. England have been absolutely all over the place and shit for, let's say, 28 of the first 40. They get themselves a try chalked off from Jamie George. They get themselves back into it through Ellis Genge.
Yeah.
How much of a heartbeat, an emotional heartbeat, is Ellis to what England are doing
Massively.
here?
Look, I think obviously again, I've said this many times on the show. When you're trying to put together an international game and you're trying to perform, you always need to try to look after the ball and back up positive moments. To get that beautiful kick into the corner, then to give a high tackle away, that's just relieving pressure. Every time you're in a good position, you just let the safety valve go and all the pressure comes off. England then get back into their half. Ellis Genge, a quick tap, smart play, brave from a front row, bounces off Thomas Totoy and goes and scores a beautiful try. That raised the momentum. He is a talisman for England. When you see him do well and his celebration, his passion, you then start going to play well. England in control, nice little line-out play. Van Poortvliet moving the ball, clever little behind the ball to Earl. Chesham's nice soft hands. And then George Martin, you cannot underestimate how good a finish that is for a big man on the wing.
I think just for me, things that have jumped out, set piece. We've actually won the set piece.
Looked all right.
So we've stolen 2 or 3 of their lineouts. We've got the perceived nudge at scrum time. We've actually done well on both of those sides. And then when we get our speed of ball, we can actually play. I think Van Poortvliet looks great when he lifts that pace. It's frustrating when he doesn't, and he allows their defence to play more of a role and makes it so much harder. So I think that's the things they'll talk about. To manage to come out of that first sort of 15 minutes and then to go through a period to manage to calm it down and then to sort of get themselves back into the game, they're in the positive going into that changing room. They can say, look, we had the worst 15 minutes you could possibly have, but let's put that to bed. Look at the next 25 lads, you were all over them.
Yeah.
But also, I think do you know what is really important when you talk about being in the court in the tumble dryer, right? And this is the same thing for South Africa. When you get things right and you nail that composure and you respect the ball and you play the percentages, you play the territory, it's very easy to score a try. In both those phases of play, when you score tries, they're not long-winded plays. Both of them, England were probably a minute and a half to get right down to the box line. Then they obviously didn't score the try, gave away the ball. Off that piece of set piece, you can score very quickly, and the game can turn on its head. We're seeing high-scoring games across the landscape. Unfortunately, they are definitely 80-minute games now. And I thought, like you guys thought, this is it. Everyone's calling for Borthwick out. South Africa are going to absolutely smoke us. But if you respect the ball, look after it, challenge them defensively, stop them on the gain line, you're in. And as long as you're in, anything can happen.
Can I be the first to call it?
Yeah.
You know what this is set up for, don't you?
What? Drop goal?
Certain blonde tearaway off the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It is set up for a blonde tearaway off the bench.
Just imagine he's set up for that. Either he'll carry first carry and 8 of them will just run out alive.
He'll run into Peter Stephen and just eat him like a blue whale. Like Jonah and the
or
whale.
he'll just hit them and there'll be nothing left of him.
He'll run on the pitch and then suddenly you'll see like 20 All Blacks of the past appear and run on.
Boca. You get Dwayne Vermeulen, Pierre Spies, Kruger,
Skultberger,
Kruger, they'll all dust off the tracksuit.
Venter,
John Smith.
Venter. They're all in there.
What was back his Bota?
Bota Matfield. We were talking about Box who've caught the eye, and there are a number of what about, I mean, it has been one of those games for England where they have been, everything they've been doing, they've had a Bock in front of them. Yeah. Tell me who's caught the eye from an England perspective, just in terms of industry, hanging in there, weathering the storm, Tins.
Well, look, I think Marcus has had his moments. Obviously, you look at the negative was how we've dealt with their contestable kicks. We haven't won any of them, but he's then managed to get himself in the game in attack. He's bounced out of tackles. He's rolled out of it. He's created half bits. I think Van Poortvliet, when he plays quickly, has looked sharp. I think Earl is doing what Earl does. Just never takes a backward step. Yeah. Curry's putting some big hits. I think George Martin's been big in that half. He put a couple of big hits, then obviously that try at the end. And I think Finn Smith has done everything he could be asked of doing. They obviously know that defence is going to come up so fast, so they're putting those kicks in. So for fans, don't get frustrated about that. There is a purpose to it, is to try and slow that line speed down a little bit and make them hold. There's been a couple of foot races on where the bounce just hasn't gone our way. You'll think back to the France game, and when they start going your way, there's potential tries out there. So, to weather what they've weathered and then come back, all players. I think Feo Boso looks sharp when he gets it. I'd like to see him a bit more with
There's
a
a lot going on his head, which has been a bit of a struggle
It's
to
interesting
handle.
as well. Everyone talked up the altitude, to be fair, being a massive impact in the game. It actually hasn't played that much of a role, to be fair.
They've been there for 10 days. Does that make a difference?
I never know, because you never know, really. They've obviously been wearing oxygen masks. They've been doing watt bite sessions. They've been doing stuff at altitude. But to be fair, at both sides, there really hasn't been a let-up. You haven't seen any big men shuffling around. We've actually had quite a few comments coming in as well. We've had a come on, boys. Is that big bad Jasper Visa the Saffers have been talking up? Big George Martin, absolute unit. No Khaleesi and no Etzebeth. You're lucky. That's from a Saffer.
No Marrow. You're lucky.
LB, you're lucky. Yeah. JVP in a team to play quick. Why take 25 minutes to get there? Morning, fellas. Respect from New Zealand. Good to see the match.
Well done, the All Blacks.
Well done, the All Blacks.
Well, Dave Rennie as well. Can I just say, what an amazingly good man Dave Rennie is. I know
great guy.
Scott Robertson too, but
great guy.
Remember
We've also
Rennie
got
Glasgow,
getting
great
fed
man.
up with Borthwick and his kick first policy. Get wide,
So
but I don't like it. No, I don't.
They've gone to kick to try and get the South African line speed down.
Here we are. We've got refreshing to see Anthony Watson in studio on South African TV. Super Sort telling us about forward play. And someone said, George Martin, it's not altitude, it's your attitude. Oh,
it's not. It's your attitude. So can you take me inside an England changing room where you have been clubbed in the first 40? It's almost like if this is a heavyweight boxing contest, you're down 3 times in the first 3 rounds, and yet your gloves are back up and you're beginning to feel a bit better. Do England think, fucking hell, we've weathered it, we're in now, or do they?
Yeah. No,
what are the messages?
So I think if you come in half time 17-0 down, very difficult conversation. I think you've shown. And this will be the frustration from the coaches trying to translate to the players, that if they do what you've asked you to do, which is be direct, when they carry the ball and they put little tips in, they've moved the big defenders, they've got over the gain line, they've had leg drive, they've been smart, they've played off set piece, and they look good. The frustration will be, how do you continue that? How do you become more physical in defence? How do you not try to reinvent the wheel, but actually, go to doing what they were talked about in the week? And it'll be calm, it'll be composure, and actually, I think it'll be a little bit of elation. I think the team going into half time there, England are going to be a much happier place because South Africa haven't 100%. Progressed since 18 minutes, 19 minutes.
It's interesting.
Very similar to that game against Australia in the Rugby
You go through the sort of, well, these are live stats, so I don't know whether they're fully up to date. Meters are basically the same. England defenders beat it 18 to South Africa's 7.
So I'm amazed by that.
Line breaks 6-4 in South Africa's favour. Gain line carries, we've had more, 44 to 33.
Yeah.
Offloads are barely minimal. But kicks from hands were 15 each. So it's exactly tight as well it would be. And that first, obviously all of that work for South Africa was done in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've sort of fought our way back. So as Hask said, we've got the easier half-time talk. Because you can go, you were that bad in the first 15 and you've weathered it, and now look at what you've managed to turn around to do. Get that first momentum swing in the second half, and you're off.
When they lost to Australia last year, Rassie was quite critical of his team. He said we were arrogant. We sort of took it for granted, thought we'd won it, started playing, going away from our game plan. Why have South Africa dropped off here?
Look, I don't think it's a case of dropping off. I just think in games you have different swings of momentum and you have those different moments. And to be fair, England had not had the ball at 18% when we looked at it probably after the second try.
Yeah.
They then actually had the ball. They had to weather the storm. It's interesting now, I don't know if this is correct, but I always love the fans of GBR. But someone's put in here that South Africa averaged 109 tackles made per game in 2025, which is low, made 123 in the first half.
Interesting. So South Africa like a slow game.
They like a slow game, but that's what Skull Britt said. He said...
Interesting fact, they haven't had a scrum on their ball.
Interesting.
So I think
So the bomb squad haven't yet
Yeah,
had to.
but I think if you're moving them around and causing them trouble, and I think, look, I don't think it's England. I don't think South Africa have dipped off. I just think when a team goes against you and carries the ball, looks after the ball, respects the ball, builds that momentum.
We're hoping.
Builds the momentum. It's very difficult to get in the game. England in the first half, yes, they were weak on the defensive edges. The high ball was terrible. They weren't great. But what South Africa did is they looked after the ball, built phases and scored tries. They didn't allow England in the game. There were patches where England didn't allow South Africa in the game. If you can't get the ball off them and England being respectful, it's very difficult to play rugby.
Yeah.
Can we do a... Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they had, in that first 20, South Africa had everything on their terms.
Yeah.
They exited on their terms, and they were great kicks from Grant Williams, and they got contests, they'd win them back, and then it was on their terms again that they'd kick, and they'd go up for them again. And whereas eventually, when they made a mistake and we got a scrum, or their lineouts where we've managed to attack, we've managed to generate ball, and we've looked good when we have that ball. People are going to say they keep putting the ball in behind them, which I think, when Aronsy was off the pitch, possibly you should have kept it in hand, but it's just pushing them to try and get out of their own half on our terms, and they've done it well.
Can I just say, as a show, I know we've upset South Africa mainly on Tins' part. As a country, beautiful country, unbelievable rugby
engaged
team.
in Franschhoek. I love South Africa.
So you love South Africa, amazing place, incredible food, wildlife, way but hotter women than we've got over here. Hands down. Sorry, ladies, but it's true. But your fans, you get very aggressive. We've had a couple of comments here. We've got someone called Sport Befok. It must be South African. He says, you're getting a bit pissed, boys. H2 going to be the game. Then attitude, not altitude. Look at the score. We are looking at the score, pal.
We're three down.
We're 3 down. We are.
Yeah, having been given our last rights, we're looking at the score and we're 3 down.
It's just a game. Just relax. The sun will set tonight and rise in the morning. It'll be, oh, hello. That'll be okay. We've got, if England can't win this after what South Africa have done for us for years, I might have to change who I support.
Right.
You're getting, we've got Snack Wars live score. Pork Pie 1, Biltong 0. Now, unfortunately, Biltong can normally be superior. Whatever we ate then was your average petrol station Biltong.
We can move to level 2 if you want, which is the crisps.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
Tom, what was the name of the South African crisp? What? Was in the rubbish?
No, he's...
The bag is.
Oh, he's looking where the bag is.
We've got Watsits from it. Representing England is Watsits.
It was Fritz something.
The other South Africa's gone, we don't get upset. We love the hate. Bring it on. Gets us hard.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we do, just while we are on an ad break in ITV's coverage, and hopefully we're having a bit more beer, a bit more fun, certainly more crisps.
You're not drinking. You haven't eaten your biltong or done your shot.
Yeah, the biltong didn't work for me.
Did not work for you?
No, you can have it. I've got my thing. So what I quickly want to do is go through the benches, because you would have said coming into South Africa looking very good in that department. But when you say Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Gerhard Steenkamp, who's already on, of course, with Oxenshea having gone off, Zach Porthen, Marco van Staden, Ben Jason Dixon, Cobus Reinach, old but still glorious, Andre Esterhuizen, will we see him at central, will we see him in the back row, and Kane and Moody. There's plenty there for South Africa, but England have got Cowan Dickey, Beno Abano, Asher Poker Fajor, young, perhaps a little inexperienced, but certainly packed with energy, Charlie Ewells, Guy Pepper, a certain Henri Pollock, Alex Mitchell, Henry Slade. Do England keep with what they've got? Do they think 50 minutes for someone like Jamie, Joe Hayes, etc.?
Utilising the bench is going to be massive, because Joe Hayes actually, in those 2 sets of play for England, he carried really well. It will take a toll on the big men. If we have more scrums in the second half, we only had, I think, 2 or 3 potentially in the first half. As Tin said, they were all on our ball. It will be an interesting one to see, because getting the right measure to have the necessary energy to finish this game is going to be the real key. And Borthwick's been criticised before about when he uses bench, when he hasn't. Leaving it to the last minute and bringing someone on for 5 minutes. That's not a smart play.
No.
South Africa, as we know, they love the bomb squad. They've had one of the best benches in the world.
It's not quite as big a bomb as it used to be.
No.
But
the days of Namambi and Kitsoff and Malherbe.
I don't want to be disrespectful to the South African bench, but I don't know much about the players that are on it. They're all there's quite a few.
Reinach, Esterhuizen and Moody would do.
But
up front,
in terms of the front,
much more useful.
And the front lads. So, they don't have that known bomb squad to go to. So, I think England have got a good bench that they'll expect to come and do a job.
Would you I mean, who would you really seriously? I mean, would you put a Slade on, perhaps Slade and Freeman in the centre? Would you do Slade and Atkinson, who went so well against Argentina?
But I don't think there's any panics right now. I think they'll want to just consolidate what they did in the last 10, 15 minutes of that first half with the team they've got, and then see where you're at.
They look everyone looks good.
Fresh.
No one looks absolutely battered. Do you want to do a quick snack wars before we start?
Go on.
So we've got an English
tomato. It's a tomato fritter.
A fritter. Do you want to pass that? Is it a fritter? Right.
These are South African snacks against English snacks. The What's-It, proud What's-It represents those.
I mean, in all fairness, it has to be good to beat to be good to eat a What's-It.
What is that?
Jesse Creel's wearing a thong at the start of the second half. He's put
wearing a nappy.
He's had his shorts pulled up so high he could be on Copacabana Beach. Thank you, Hask.
Where the
Finn
drinks
Smith
are
gets
free.
us underway. And it is long and high, and Peter Steff takes it in his own 22. South Africa will set.
Too bad actually then.
I need to put pressure on
do
this
like that.
exit.
That's got a bit of zip in it.
It's got a good crunch texture.
Yeah.
Fritos they're called. Tomato flavour. It's an interesting.
Oh, get it, pick it up, someone. Yeah, we got it.
It has been scrappy for England on their ball. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Yeah, it is. South Africa get a pen on their own 10-metre line. In on the ball. England not getting enough men behind the ball in the breakdown.
No, it's quite hard to do, but why don't you just let him have that ball? All they'll do is kick it again. Like if you know that he's got it and he's got it legally.
I'm not a big Watson man, but these are quite good.
It's a big what? It's a chunky Watson, isn't it?
Walker's original.
Is that right?
Yeah, it says snacks. A man who knows his snacks.
So England have kicked off long.
That's a bit of the
given away a penalty on the 10-metre line.
It's how they started in the first half.
What do we think, lads? I'm thinking because the Watsons are confusing texture-wise. You sort of think you're eating
they melt.
They melt. But I like the crunch of the South African snack. But I'm not sure I'm mad on the flavour. If they had sort of a barbecue one of them, potentially.
I do love a crisp, actually. I think I might give it to South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think you could eat more of the South African ones than the English ones. Another penalty advantage for South Africa.
Okay,
as
that's
their
cool.
maul rumbles forward from the line out on the 22-metre line.
See, this is what I mean.
That's penalty on penalty.
On penalty.
Yeah.
And how would you ever get yourself in the game? You're suddenly back in the tumble dryer again.
Yeah.
So we've got to give that to South Africa. Fritos, tomato-flavoured crisps over the English What's-It from Leicestershire. Well done. It's 1-1. Pork pie 1, Fritos 1.
So we'll come down to the decider, which is biscuits.
Oh no, we've also got some lager.
Oh, we've got lager. So it could be an honourable draw. South Africa have got a line out.
See, this is what a compounding
10
errors.
metres from England's line. Marks to throw in. Peter Steff joins the line out. Captain today for the box.
Should have gone for a wee at half time, shouldn't I?
Should have done. We need to do chatting.
That?
We may need to pass the baton. We may need a bit of a relay. P-relay.
P-ray.
P-ray.
Oh, good competition.
Well taken. And it's Jasper Wiese on the peel round the front of the line out. Skittling England defenders. He's picked himself up and gone again, not held in the tackle. Williams, this is South Africa doing what South Africa do, piling forward. Big man after big man. Peter Steff goes forward. Thomas du Toit latches on, pumps him another metre. Williams now to Jasper Wiese for his second carry in the move. Phase 4, 5. Williams again. Soft hands.
Got on the ball.
England do look like they've got men there, but Peter Steff goes through the middle with a pick and go.
Oh, he should have stayed on it.
Williams.
Push through.
Again, England doing well to slow South African ball down. Ellis Genge with the tackle. South Africa rumble forward. Thomas du Toit with the rumble.
Just on that 28.
They have got a man on the ball. Seb Atkinson. England getting men over the ball.
See, there's that chop that Hask was talking about.
Go low. Captain Coles with the shaved head, the floppy locks.
You know, Coles actually wrote a dissertation on whether South Africa's recent World Cup wins had any impact on race relations. I can honestly tell you, I did not write that.
Jasper Wiese's lost a boot, but still trundles on. He's a car on 3 wheels. England look well set. A few hands on knees. Earl gets up to make the tackle. Curry gets in the way, head between the spokes. South Africa are building, though. It's no let-off for England. Willemse injects a bit of pace. 5 metres from England's line. They switch back to the left. Dielende comes in for a rumble. It's just massive man after massive man after massive man. And England are doing all they can to try and stifle it. But it is building. It is coming.
Caden Murley. It's like, what's going on the left?
No, turned it over. Have
They
they?
turned over.
No, advantage. South Africa have an advantage.
Hold him up.
And
Have done
Peter
well.
Steff held short.
They've done well. You're gonna
Williams
get
now
low,
at the base of the
Tommy,
ruck.
get
They
low.
are
out
inches
wide.
from England's line. It simply
low.
needs to get a bit of width.
Get low.
Advantage being played to South Africa.
Oh, God.
And there's a worry here about a card for England. Williams, Libok, Creel. Oh, with a switch to Aronson.
Oh, he's done
Again,
well.
brilliantly tackled by.
Yeah.
That is a fabulous piece
great
of defence
tackle
from
by
Freeman,
Is that
who gets in
Freeman?
over the ball as well.
See, I'd just give the
I
penalty away.
take the England. Give away the 3. Through goes Steenkamp, Williams,
Oh,
dangerous and
Oh,
gone.
my God.
Williams under
How'd
the
you fall
post.
for that?
Saw that coming.
I saw it. Yeah,
It
but
was quite telegraphed. So South Africa start the second half exactly as they started the first, and that
Yeah.
is another horror start for England.
Again, they just haven't had
22-14.
any control. But
all
penalty,
the
back-to-back
messages you've been given
penalties.
at half time,
Yeah.
they've gone penalty, advantage.
No one else comes round and
Curry
Chesham's
gets
gone
done.
too
Curry
wide.
gets
Oh
done.
God, they don't. You've got to watch.
Yeah.
As a guard and a bodyguard, you have to watch 9. You cannot at international rugby get done by
He
9.
doesn't quite get in the right position.
You
Tom
can't. But
Curry, does
you've
he?
got the whole time as where Chesham is. Actually, when he first played rugby, Chesham, when he first few games for England, he was a bit defensive all over the place. Do you remember? We came in and we were talking about the games, and he's been absolutely superb for England every time he's played. But that is a big error.
Who?
Yeah.
Chesham.
Curry.
I know,
Oh,
but
just
yeah,
check- well, 'cause Chesham
Chesham's
goes
got
early.
to step in. You can't
When you're
leave
the
him.
second defender,
does
you
he
have
not-
to watch the 9.
You have to watch him. You have to go this. As a second
Why
defender,
is that not first defender's
because the first defender's guarding
He's
the
gonna
inside
watch if
ball.
there's
'cause-
someone coming inside ball
coming
or-
inside him. So he's set by the ruck. Chesham has to stand outside him, and Chesham has to be shouting, "Nine's going to run! Nine's going to run! Look, Nine's going to run!" You see his head go to the left. You have to shout 9 because you're asking Tom Curry to do a lot. Because if Tom Curry flew and he gave a ball inside, you're done, and then it'd be his fault. That's a big balls up that international rugby.
England
But they
making
need-
errors the like of which we have seen
we've got a
too many
penalty.
times
Okay,
this
that's-
year. But
that's better.
England kick off and South Africa
Gives us a chance
put
here
a
put a
to
blocker
get
in
back
front
on
of
it.
the
Quickly,
receiver.
lads, we get lots of criticism online about how you pronounce names. I wondered if you guys could just have a go at these names, just to pronounce them, please.
Alex,
Well,
this
why
is
don't
a
you do it?
game made
you go.
for Alex.
You go first.
So I've been given one that I did get wrong last week, but I was given about 40 different correct pronunciations. So this is the South African second row. Boca fans, listen up. Ruan Noke.
Nokia, yes, like Nokia.
Not naughty.
No, not
No, it's not
naughty.
naughty. I thought
He's
it was
definitely-
naughty.
Noke.
I've seen it
I've
before.
got Manny
Naughty.
Lebok.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, but no, but
Why
he
do you
called
want Manny
no,
Lebok?
no,
He
because
didn't
he
get
couldn't-
that.
no,
At
because
the
he
time
couldn't
I
Grant
go-
Williams.
I
Did you
go-
get that one right?
He called it
I
Marnie
go-
Lillibuk.
No,
last
yeah,
time.
I go,
Lillibok, yeah.
I go Lillibok
Lillipad.
a lot.
Yeah, Lillibuk.
Right, Hask,
Manny
where's
Lebok.
yours?
I don't need one. I'm a
Viliami Wakase and Duandua. One of my favourites from
Bless
Fiji.
you.
So
Bless you.
England have got the rumble on. Is everyone happy with that? It's Ruan Noke.
Can't wait for the crowd reaction towards
Say
Pollock.
again,
someone
sorry,
said.
producer Tom. Nokia.
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 My Nokia's
Ruan
run out of
Nokia.
batteries.
So England 7 metres out, having had
Come
a
on,
terrible
Joe.
start to the first half. Can they find a bit more grunt early on? Oh,
So
they've got
that's
Thomas
a penalty
Done
as
well with
well.
that. Van Portfleet, Martin, the try
Go on.
scorer.
Oh, what a finish from him.
Inches forwards. The laptop's going everywhere.
They're offside.
Oh,
See a step
Chesham-
to toy.
surely
Oh,
not.
Chester with the spin,
So
the roll,
far
the pivot.
offside.
Curry now goes. What a try that would be for the
These two
England
need
flanker
to-
with all the history that he has
Go on.
against South
Oh,
Africa.
lovely. Oh, lovely
Smith,
ball.
first time England have put a bit of width on the ball.
Go on,
Freeman,
Tommy.
4
Oh,
metres
good hit.
out.
Yes, I'll eat some
Hasn't
more
had a lot
Wotsits.
of opportunity, Tommy Freeman. Martin again rumbles forward.
Oh, nice R's.
Smith goes!
Go, go,
Oh,
oh,
no! Oh, Finn
Fuck!
Smith with the out the back, and it didn't go to hand. It was a now walk-in for Seb Atkinson. England knock on 3 metres from the bot line, and South Africa rumble to 10
that
out and
is
will clear
unlucky.
here. Oh,
Didn't
England,
need
you
to
have
go
to
in the
take your
back door.
chances. What happened there?
Question I
Oh,
ask
yeah.
quite regularly.
I thought they'd done something underhand, but
Black Eye
they
Tequila
obviously-
beginning to work its magic
No, it
on the mind
hasn't.
of James Haskell. We've done so well to keep you on rugby for 48
Hit
minutes.
The balls. That was a
Finn
try.
Smith,
Yeah.
it's been one of those days where the
That is a
hair
long
dry's been
snake.
right in the eyes for Finn Smith. He's done everything he can.
But it's interesting now.
bloody lovely.
They're under. They felt that pressure. That's why he's put it straight into touch to sort of give them a break.
Rassi Erasmus barking into his microphone in the coaching box. Eben Etzebeth in the back. And I do hope Etzebeth is going to
We've got some
make
comments
a full
here.
recovery.
Get Pollock on for Curry. Williams.
Yeah.
Anyone feel like the box are pushing, clearing out way past the ruck? Like I said, keep giving it to us. We love it. Gives us so much geese. God, South Africans are annoying. Probably too many messages at half time. Can't wait for the crowd reaction towards Pollock.
They've had a few.
The closer this team gets to Borthwick, the worse they perform. How do I watch the game, please? Ches making amends at 9. Curry, the wit count.
Yeah. That's the South Africa 2023 reference for the World Cup semi-final. England lose a line out on the Bok 10-metre line. Chesham had to overreach to get it, tapped it down, and Van Poortvliet couldn't take it cleanly.
Springboks first scrum.
So that's error in going for the try. It's another error. England on their set piece. They are giving easy outs.
Is this their first scrum?
This is their first scrum, I think. Yeah.
Can we,
49 minutes on the clock.
We've got a replay of Finn Smith. Have you ever seen that? Was I reading comments?
No, they haven't shown it.
Bloody hell. Come on, ITV.
Don't know why they haven't shown it.
That's upsetting.
It feels like the game has settled into a bit more of a sort of each side trading blows, but it does still feel like South Africa are trading the heavier at this point in time. They've replaced Thomas Tutoy, so you're not going to get your double, I'm afraid, Tins.
No.
Thomas Tutoy is off.
No.
And on in his place
Would anyone like to try a biscuit?
has come Zach Porton. We could do Biscuit Wars if you want.
Wow, snack wars, isn't it? We've
Jasper
we've got 2 more rounds.
We'll pack down at 8. Williams tries to go quickly, but the referee says, no, we'll have a reset. Thank you.
It's a bit of a mess at scrum time. Nothing's
This has not been a game of beauty.
No one's giving anyone.
It's proper heavyweight, isn't it? Trading blows. I do wonder. There's a long way to go still, but I do wonder if you think about how England just had an absolute nightmare against Ireland and never got themselves back into it. The fact that they have got themselves back to 17-14 and they can withstand everything going wrong. There's a long way to go, so let's not start counting any chickens. But maybe
what's the
that's
policy
part
about
of the course.
What's the policy about weeing?
I think you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah.
Right. Who's got,
Could you just explain to the viewers and the listeners what we're doing with biscuits?
All right.
Scrum's gone down again. That's 3 scrums and 3 claps, but the referee just says play on.
Yeah.
So Williams will do that from the back line. Dialende carries to the line and
Finn Smith defended really well.
Yeah, gets a shoulder on it. Big hit on Peter Steff. Ellis and
Genji.
Ellis gets up with a bit of a roar.
Jungle. There we are. Have
England
a biscuit.
10
This
down.
is called
51 metres gone. 51
This is called a
minutes gone.
tennis, a classic coconut biscuit.
Close. He was close.
Tins, classic coconut biscuit. Oh,
What a great take.
Oh my God, what a
I'll
take.
tell you what, that's a great competition in the air. Manny Feo-Bosa's done brilliantly. Hasn't had a lot of ball to run onto, but has had a few
Go on,
high balls to do. So Murley now gets the chance to have a little
Alex,
run out wide.
tennis biscuit.
Tennis biscuit. Is this a South African?
Yeah, this is a South African biscuit. It's a
African
lovely,
biscuit.
refreshing coconut biscuit.
An homage to Wimbledon on Channel
I'm
1.
not sure that's what I want in a biscuit, coconut.
Yeah, I like coconut biscuit. We used to get coconut rings. My brother used to put them on their penis.
Light on the lips.
Right, odd.
Van Poortvliet goes high. Murley will chase. And it goes into touch. I think that's going to be an England line out, is it? Oh, it's going to be a penalty to South Africa. That's saying England clattered into Cheslin Colby.
Right.
All industry and all energy from Murley. It just, if it's football, it's a bit bang it long and
Yeah, there's a lot of just running around, moustache flying.
There's not a lot of tic-tac football. I would say this is a perfectly pleasant biscuit.
I think it's a lovely biscuit.
Solid 6.5 out of 10.
Well, that's his own
Murley's
fault.
got
That's your own fault,
penalty. I beg your pardon. Murray's got underneath Colby and tipped him. I think accidental rather than malicious.
It's also competing for a ball.
I would argue that he was in the space first because it was a short kick.
But
and
you're
if you
English.
choose to jump over the top,
Right,
that's your own
a
risk.
bourbon,
isn't
a
it?
British bourbon.
No, there's no chance that their biscuits are beating a bourbon.
Well, very, I quite like
Not
coconut.
a chance.
Alex,
Can I be
bourbon.
honest with you? This is not Man City against Arsenal for the Premier League title of Snack Wars in general.
No, but this
Pork
is
pies,
what happens.
Wotsits and
This is what
bourbons.
happens when you let producer snacks with limited budget.
Where's
Our
a
first
little
one
bit of
off.
foie
If this
gras
goes
or a-
well, we're expecting bento boxes from Nobu. We're expecting big meals. This is the early learning centre. This is the first day.
England make a change. So Mitchell is warming up to come on. Excuse the bourbon in the coverage. That's not going to be straight. England get up to compete. Do they let it go? They let it go. Surely that should be a scrum to England. They put a man up at the back.
But they've thrown very well, actually, South Africa, that back man.
Peter Steff. I tell you what.
lovely.
And it's Colby with a little thread in behind, but it goes into touch. Why is
See?
that not a scrum to England for a not straight line out?
Right, I'll join everyone later. I'm just going for a wee. Catch you all later.
Right, don't hurry back.
We'll have
I'll leave
pure
my
rugby
I'll
chat
leave my
now.
mic on. If you hear this, then you know that I'm having a good time.
You don't get that on ITV's coverage.
No, you don't. Oh, Jesus. Trousers. I've got tight trousers on.
You have. It's the hottest day of the
You
year.
honestly
and
look like you're wearing a leotard.
Like, tight chinos.
So Mitchell on, Pepper on for Curry. England are ringing the changes with 25 to go.
Mitchell could play quite a role here if we can get
This
some
is a
quick
big 25
ball.
for Pepper as well.
Yeah.
This is a big 25. So England go long off the line. Earl takes safely, carries just to the edge of England's 22. England get men there. Slade is on as well. Mitchell, first act will be hopefully kick high
looked like
into
a
the night
panic there.
sky.
Right, get up there, Manny.
Get up, Manny.
Right.
And it goes into touch. England
mean,
now
it
making
looks
a bit
like-
of a mess of South Africa's attempts to clear
Yeah.
their own, capture their own eyeballs.
He's getting up there where when we get contestable, we're
We
actually
haven't seen a
causing-
lot of fizz from England so far, have we?
No.
Haven't seen a lot of balls through the hands, strike
But
moves.
If you think, well, they haven't. I don't think they've had a starter play yet, though. So it makes it a lot harder. Again, like in that
55 minutes,
first
and
half,
we haven't had a
they
proper.
haven't really had any control of the ball where they want it to be. I would say they haven't even been in their half yet this half.
Oh God,
No,
England have
we're
given away
just
another
giving
penalty
penalties
for
away now. and
tackling.
that's-
I think going for the a man's arm in the air. Dielende is after.
Oh.
Oh Lord, this is a mess. Right. South Africa chips over the top. England didn't quite gather. Marcus Smith eventually did and set off, but the referee comes back for the penalty. England infringing at the line out, pulling down the jumper's arm. Another frustrating penalty
yeah,
to give
I mean,
away.
It's just, we've given 4 away already in this half.
4 in the first half, 4 in the first 15 minutes of the
Yeah.
second. Why? Why? With
Dunno.
all the message, all the well done, fellas, you've got yourself back into it. We've
Yeah.
weathered the storm. We now know what we're doing. We've got our breath. It's been error strewn from England again at the
But-
start of the
and
second half.
I think
What-
a lot
why?
of them are completely unnecessary.
As a teammate, how frustrating is that when
Yeah, it is frustrating because you would have emphasised it, and I'm sure that Jamie will be emphasising it again before he goes off here. I'm not sure if I was giving a lot away of penalties, I'd want to bring Luke Cowan-Dickie
no.
on.
At least he's going to put his
Who-
head between the spokes, we said. George is off. Luke Cowan-Dickie is on. Slade's gone into the centre. Freeman out to the wing. Smith stays at 15.
But you
And
see,
England now
there's
have to
been
defend a
definite-
well-set South African driving maul off the line out on their own 22. It rumbles forwards, and England
Nice.
have been splintered. Williams goes. Dielende back on the inside. Visa clears out. The ball for South Africa is cleaner, I think, than anything England have had this afternoon. Williams again, quick service. Visa on the carry. Now just 10 metres out. And this possibly, if it comes through for South Africa, may well be the blow from which England don't recover with 23 minutes to go. Damian Willemse does so well to get the hands away, and Creel is in. And that
That's
probably
a good try. It just
is
shows
good
what
night.
offloading.
England
to
have
get an
not
offload away.
put their foot on the ball in this second half. After all the hard work of getting themselves back into it in the first, they've been error-strewn. They've given away penalties. Their set pieces crumbled. And Jesse Creel's got the try that probably takes South Africa home and hosed.
Can I just say something?
29-14 with the kick to
We
come.
might be losing rugby, but I think the Bourbons beat the tennis biscuits.
So
Yeah.
on Snack Wars, it's a glorious win for England. I tell you what, the hands from Marks
Hands,
there.
great. Can I just also say something? I know I'm getting a lot of heat online for this top. I stood up, went for a piss, and I caught sight of myself in the mirror. And I know contrary to popular belief, I don't think this all the time, probably at least once or twice a day. I look fucking great in this.
Right.
I'm just like lean. It's not. I'm not. I'm not definitely like not like Alan.
Do let us
Donald.
know. Do let us know,
Pollock.
viewers.
Pollock.
Pollock's on the bench. So England have got to do something and
Shot
something
clock.
dramatic. 2 from 4 for
Time to
Corby,
get your Pollock
50%.
out.
It's probably the one area of South Africa's game that needs a little bit of attention.
Oh, someone's done a very thing. Someone says your chat seems to be
Yeah.
out of sync with reality. That has been an entire story of
Reality
my life.
or just the show? Or just the
No,
coverage?
no, he means me. He's being nasty
Oh.
about me. But you're very much right. I am delusional.
Colby kicks it from
very
the touchline.
successfully delusional, by the way.
Colby kicks it from the touchline.
So
You're
England
watching me,
is
Neil. Remember, you're watching
bonus
me.
point try for South Africa.
that's good by Marks. You know,
And England now
Well
are
done, that.
making the right decisions.
That's great when you see big men doing big things with big, great hands.
No.
Genji's going off. On comes
England-
Beno
England-
Urbano.
England have made 13 metres in this whole half.
Someone said they've turned it off
Five
because they
tries to
can't
two.
stand the referee anymore. No point in playing when it's not fair. Life is unfair enough without having to watch it in sport too.
England kick off.
That
Peter
is a very
Steff takes it
defeatist
and
attitude.
rumbles forward. I do fear
Right, can
that
we,
the
can
questions
we
for
catch
England
a
now
ball and get some...
are going to start to build because this is
Christ,
Well,
how many
God,
tries
yes, that's good.
How many tries
Coles,
they
go
score
on.
when I was out?
2.
Right, go.
Pollock's on and gets booed. South Africa knock
that's
on
knocked
again.
down again.
That has
Is
to be
that
a
another
yellow.
yellow
If you're
card?
going to be
Do you want
consistent,
tequila
that has
shot,
to be a yellow.
Mike? Michael?
Oh, did he get 2 hands to it?
Tequila?
No, I'm all right with the beer for now.
Do you know, if we're comparing what we're seeing today with what we had in the Six Nations, give me any examples of progress, development, improvement.
He's still got no chance of catching that, in all fairness, but 2
Sorry,
hands...
go back to my question.
I
Where
was
is there
thinking.
any progress,
thinking.
improvement, step forwards from England in the Six Nations?
Well, I think they're playing a better team.
What, than France away?
And I think
No,
when,
but is this
I
South
think
Africa
when
side-
they've actually had the ball, I think, again, you're doing what you always do and jumping to hyperbole.
Snapshots.
I'm just asking a question.
Um,
Where is this performance
he-
better than anything we had in the Six Nations?
Well, at times that no, it's the same.
I would say they've been more clinical when they've actually had the ball, but in this particular game and this half, they just have given penalties away that they didn't need to, and they started
But
exactly.
is that not a consistent theme? They gave away penalties
I don't
galore
know.
in
I don't know
Scotland.
whether they
gave
do.
away them in
I
Ireland.
don't have the stats, so how many penalties they average a game, but it's about where you do them and how necessary they are. But obviously, yes, in the Six Nations, they gave away stupid ones. Marrows jumped into my head that he got a yellow card for. Steward round the
Oh,
side.
God, England have a scrum and
Oh,
South
God.
Africa get the penalty.
And now they get.
Right, lads, we've got one more snack war.
I tell you what, 20 minutes to go. South Africa 31, England 14. This is a very big 20 minutes.
We've got
This is
Castle.
a very, honestly, you may disagree, and I know you like the middle ground, and you don't move from 49 to 51. But if this gets ugly for England,
Yeah, what happens?
I think there is. I mean, the knives are out anyway.
Yeah,
for
but it
Borthos.
can't be.
Well, so if South Africa score 2 more tries,
Yeah.
and suddenly it's 44,
Borthwick
40,
staying till the end
45,
of the World Cup.
14.
Borthwick staying till the end of the World Cup.
If this goes horribly wrong, I think I'm not sure he does.
This has been a roller coaster of emotions. This show. We started off saying South Africa going to pump us, then we got back in the game, then it was Borthwick
And
out.
I'm saying with 20 minutes to go, if England get battered now,
right.
I'm not sure. I don't know who. Yeah,
Well, who are you going to put instead? Who are you going to put instead?
I think the volume of noise around it will
Yeah, but
be.
who would you put instead?
I mean, Feo Boso carries like he weighs 120 kegs.
Yeah, he's a machine.
But then, you see, that's what I think frustrates people is when they do little grubbers through like that.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Give him the
You'd be
ball back.
better knowing that you've got the altitude going to try and do a smart kick into a 50-22.
Or considering every time you only
'Cause
get
you
the ball
haven't
for
touched
about
the ball
5
yet.
minutes, stop fucking giving it back to them.
Yeah, you haven't touched it
Yeah,
yet.
but that's what I mean. You haven't touched it. One time you get it, don't be smart with it. Look after it. Build phases. It's twice in the first half we built phases and we scored a try.
And now they're kicking on their term again.
There's a Castle Lager for you, Michael, to try.
He's done well. I've just
Oh, you got yeah, but it's snack wars this one.
Oh, right.
Well, what we've learned
5
is
tries to 2, 31 to 14. South Africa very comfortable. I'm not
Alex,
sure.
you'll
I know
try
they love
Castle
beating.
Lager.
I know the satisfaction of a win over the All Blacks is probably the
too
one that means the
long.
most to South Africa, but the smile of a win over England is probably the broadest in the
yeah,
game.
this is just a Castle Lager. It's snack wars. You don't have to finish it all. There's
I'd
no
like to
pressure.
finish it all.
You won't finish
I'm a
it
big
all.
drinker, me.
You never finish it all.
Particularly on times
You never
like this.
knowingly finish the drink. But do you not think this is just the
I'm gonna
nature
have to go to
of
the
Test rugby at the moment? Anyway,
Yeah.
like just these close battles, to in and fro in. Like, do you think that England
don't-
are
I mean,
any
it-
worse, or do you think we're just watching a South African side that are good, that are not backing up errors? England are giving away stupid penalties at times, haven't compounded good parts of play when they have. They've looked very dangerous. Are you telling me that a coach will come in? If Borthwick goes out, a coach will come in and transform this lot into something very different. Because I don't see it. I don't see how England could be transformed. I just don't see it.
Well, that's different. It's a bit like Starmer, isn't it? Do you just want to get rid of what you've got to try something
and
new?
look what we've
or-
done. We've got, and you get rid of him, you get Andy Burnham.
Well, okay, let's not
So
go
that's what I
too
mean.
political.
That's the
I'm
fucking
having a bad enough day as it
No, but
is.
that's the point. That's what I mean. You play
That's-
Starmer, you get
It's
Burnham.
a penalty. That is a penalty.
Yeah.
Sean Edwards
Drink-
is asking about. I'm not sure he's an England head coach in the making, but
No,
I think
not a head coach, but maybe
What?
someone said
One thing
progress.
England don't need is another coach.
Progress. Someone said Martin.
Yeah, fair play.
Martin. Oh, just logged me out the comments. They've had enough. Can I give that to you?
Too many.
It's gone.
I'd be very interested. Can we put a poll in the YouTube channel as to is this progress for England? Are we seeing fight and spirit and heart and enough to keep England fans happy?
You're
or
very,
does this
up,
add
you're
the
very,
questions?
you're very hot or cold.
Yeah.
There's
That's
not a great
the job,
area.
isn't it?
Oh, we nearly got the job.
Right, cheers, lads. To Castle
Well,
Lager.
to Castle Lager.
Snack,
Actually,
snack Wars.
what I will say is the temperature of the Castle Lager
Castle Lager
is
is
ice cold.
fantastic. Snack Wars, Castle Lager.
So, okay, let me ask you a
That's
different
nice.
question then. Does this group of players playing this style of rugby get back to what they were doing 6 months ago?
Not at the moment.
Once there's a hole in the balloon, can you reinflate
But
it?
hang on, go back to what they played at the last 20 minutes of the first half. Then
I wouldn't say that was.
how can you not? They sort of.
I'd say they weathered the storm. Ellis took a quick tap and bustled through from 5, and Martin had an unbelievable
Yes, but
finish.
when they had the ball in the
I don't think it's
But that's
opposition,
sort of rugby. I don't know what
Okay.
else
when they
you
had
expect.
the opposition ball in the opposition half, obviously then they dropped the one over the line. They got, Genji did that was a 20 phasers. So I think it's what you're saying is consistently they've got to do this where they send it wide.
I just think they're a very frustrating team to watch. at
Yes,
the
they
moment.
are very frustrating. But
So how do you get rid of the
But I also
frustrations?
think, what did South
But you
Africa
also
do
play
so
the
well?
world champions who are frustrating to play against.
Yeah, but also,
Agreed.
what did South Africa do so well in the first half? They got an off the top line-out ball. They got off the top line-out ball. They played it in. Thank you, darling. They played it into the wide channels and they scored a try. They came back the other way and Ches and Colby beat a man one-on-one and scored a try. Was it some incredible tactical masterpiece, or was it looking after the ball, off a set piece, breaking
Andreas
tackles,
Terhazen is
going
on
wide?
in the back row.
It's just what
I'm listening, but
it's just what Finn Smith wants to see is
Andre-
Damien Delaney going off and then
Andreas
Esther Hazen
Hazen coming
on.
Why does it keep exiting this fucking thing? It's done it again now, bastards. Hit you back.
Ashrapoka Vajor is on. He'll learn a lot from this experience, I'm
Well,
sure.
is this
Young
his
man
first
with a
cap?
massive reputation. No, he's been capped before, but he's
Borthwick's
certainly
whole
the biggest game
philosophy
he's
is about
played.
kicking the ball away and hoping for errors to get field position. Teams don't make many errors. George
Joe
Martin,
Hayes is off.
Much respect for England. Certain players, despite the team form, much respect to George Martin, Van Portfleet. No, you need a
Pollock
Castle
on the
light.
ball.
Great
oh,
ball.
with a rumble. Suddenly England have got a bit of ball deep in South Africa's half. Mitchell to Cowan Dickey with a big rumble. Gets through the first tackler. Crikey, the hands
right
were on.
hands.
Manny Fayward-Bose has done absolutely
That's
brilliantly.
incredible
Picked
work.
that off his toes. Make another 10 metres. Coles out the back. Again, it goes to deck for England. Atkinson
that was
tidies
messy.
up. Gets a bit of a drive on, but that I fear...
No, that's all right.
Is that knee to the ground? That is knee to the ground. Marks on the wrong side. Mitchell jags back to the left. England suddenly got a bit more spark about them. Pepper. Earl drops low. It'll be clean ball if nothing else.
headed
Certainly
down
not
the
making many
foxhole
meters,
there.
taking the mole approach. Alex Coles with a big carry.
That's a
Corporal
good carry. Now you just
Esther
got to
Hazen's
pick it
in
up.
there making a hell of a nuisance of himself. Mitchell on the ball. It does feel like England's tempo's picked up a little bit all of a sudden.
But they're looking after the ball.
Pepper, Mitchell, Smith, Pollock. Boos ring out at Ellis Park. What else did you expect? Mitchell again. Ashrapoku Vajor with a little bit of nifty
Done
footwork.
well.
Steps back inside the first
Is that
tackler.
not Beno Obano?
Mitchell.
Oh, no.
And now England do look to try and play a little bit. Atkinson, there's a man on the ball. England go again. Mitchell, time on the ball for Vajor with a little out.
that's wonderful.
Lovely. Oh,
England playing an
why did you go
advantage as well.
backwards?
yeah.
Tell you what, these young kids have got balling skills.
Yeah,
haven't
they have.
Ashrapoku looking like Michael Jordan out
Would
there.
you say
Right,
that's
go
a good-
throw
would
this
you-
out
I'd
there.
say that's
Yeah,
a
but
lovely
would you
phase
say that-
play.
that's
I'm
a
going
phase play?
31-14 down.
Yeah, but
Go
what were
throw
they
this
doing?
out there. Do you go for the sticks?
Yeah, but what were they
Take the
doing?
easy three.
31-17.
And then you're in 2 tries.
Yeah, but what were they
No,
doing
I
there?
think-
That was rocket. They just looked after the ball, carried well, got over the gain line. Direct play. Was that sensational?
There is a consultation with England 10 out in front of the post.
Cobus Reinach's on.
Reinach's on.
What
He
a
must
try
be
scorer.
He
55
just keeps
now,
going
isn't
on
he?
and on, doesn't he?
Was he at Northampton with you?
He was at Northampton
What
with
a
me.
player.
Oh my God, what a player! What
A
a
griddle
South African.
pan of a rig as well.
Right, great rig, unbelievable in the weight room, next level speed.
Is it his lid done?
I don't know, but
he might
he's a
have done.
good-looking man, and he scores a lot
And
of
he's
tries, and he's
rapido.
rapid.
Sort of one of those players that's got better in the latter
Yeah.
years of his career.
Someone's written here. This is King
Grant
Henry
Williams, I think
V. Is written. I bet my house that Pollock will score.
Right.
I hope you haven't bet your house. 'Cause that's,
Yeah.
Kane and Moody's
I
on,
mean,
so no let up for England.
If we
I
were
think Moody's,
sponsored by
I think
Paddy
Moody's,
Power,
Kane and Moody's
we
a
would not.
fabulous player.
Is he the back row guy?
England 7 metres out,
He's
line
hit him
out
in the
taken
air there.
safely. Coles takes it from Cowan Dickey, and England look to get a little rumble on with 67 minutes on the clock. They need something if they are
Yeah,
going to upset the
advantage.
form book, the
It's a penalty.
performance,
So we got
and
a
the
freebie.
odds to get a win in this one. England have got another
Cynical.
advantage. Pollock with his first little Bust to the line. Mitchell again, definitely.
Great,
No,
great, oh, my God,
Slady.
Slady with a
Slady
mega
from
line.
nowhere with the headband.
Great
Takes it to
line.
a metre from the line.
Go on, mega line.
It is
Go on.
Coles
Yes!
over. England have got
Yes!
the try.
And Alex has flipped back to it. Alex has flipped
Suddenly
back
England will
to
win the World Cup. Borthwick gets a night hook.
Borthwick's back. This is what I mean. It's not.
Why can they not do this?
Because this is the nature of international rugby. You're playing against a fucking world-class outfit. It's very difficult to do that. Where it becomes even 10 times more difficult.
I'm just
is
provoking
if
the
you're,
bear.
if you're
Poking the bear.
indisciplined. If
And
you're
I-
indisciplined, you
but-
don't respect the ball, and you
Do
play
you know,
in the wrong
that is
areas.
I tell you what, that is a very good finish from Alex
Yeah,
Coles.
very
He
good finish.
but gets through three, and that's two good finishes from Martin and Coles, and Finn Smith kicks the conversion.
I
So
think-
31-21 with 11 minutes to go.
So if you pick between the weeds of what you were talking about, what they've got to get better at is how do they then get control of the ball back? Because that is what they haven't done, is when they've let South Africa be in the ascendancy, they struggle to get the ball on their own terms. But when that's what I was trying to say, is when they have it on their own terms, they do know how to use it, and they are, they've been over the line 4 times now.
Lads,
Then
we've got a little
scored
bit of
3 them,
time left here. We've done a castle. Let's just save
69
the
minutes.
castle.
Imagine if
Snack-
England come through on the high veld. That would be extraordinary. Libok to kick off with 69
We've got a
minutes
Doom
on the
bar,
clock.
lads, to
5 tries to
compare.
3. And interestingly, in the Nations Championship, you only get a bonus point if you score 3 or more tries than your opponent.
Right.
So it's not 4, and then you get a bonus point. It's the French system in the top 14, which is you have to keep playing. Oh, I beg your pardon. Have I made that up?
I think you might make that.
I've made that up. So let's recap that and say that is not the case. I just saw 5 tries to 3. It was saying BP, but they're actually alternating it.
Oh,
that's head on
lovely,
head.
Freeman.
Is that lovely or is that head on head?
I think that was lovely.
Take it. I think they're going to have a look
Try
at
your Doom bar, Alex, in comparison to your Castle, Lager, Tins.
Oh,
We've
I
got
haven't
this is
even
a
tried
big
my
choice.
castle.
This is
I
snack
haven't even
wars.
tried my castle
We're
yet.
2-1 up. Oh, well done,
that.
Pepper.
Pepper off the line quickly.
A
So
sprinkling of pepper off the line.
I like what we've done there. South Africa definitely playing a slower game now. There's a lot more taking their time about
my
things,
dog is
perhaps watching the clock.
My dog is petrified
Moody
of
sets
Hask.
off after Reinach's high ball.
Oh, great
And
take.
Freeman's done
Great take,
brilliantly,
no
but they're
Freeman.
going to give a
Great work.
penalty to the box for
What's
head
that
on
for?
head. It is. It's the high shot.
Oh, bollocks.
I told you. And yeah, I think Freeman's going to go in the bin here.
Oh, he's taking his teeth out.
Willems has had his front dental's done.
England lose England. If England lose the 3 games, are you still Borthwick in? No, I'm not still Borthwick in. Who are you going to replace him with? If someone could put a sensible answer in this thing.
So Joe
then let me
Schmidt
know.
leaves Australia in 2 weeks' time.
Okay. Well, that's
I think he's staying on as a. Yeah,
Right.
is that yellow?
I mean,
take.
It's
someone's-
high.
He sort of
Alex,
freezes in
it's
the
high.
he freezes in
It's
the
high.
spotlight, doesn't he?
Someone's written. Alex, don't be so negative. With 25 minutes to go, that was before.
Well, now we're down to 10 minutes to go, and down by 10.
I actually think his chest on.
I'm not actually being
Yeah.
negative. I'm
I
just
think the chest.
echoing the views.
This is
of
important. The
some
chest
and
is
putting
on
them
the
to
ball
guys on the side.
first,
Yeah.
and it's the ball that does the. Yeah. I think it's. I think you can give him a penalty.
Yeah, he's going to get a yellow.
What's this? I can't.
Although Willemse does drop when he
Yeah.
gets the ball.
Yeah.
Hasks is on the lash today. The lads are slowing him down. Yeah, they fucking yes, they are. Cut the handbrakes. It's like I'm married to 2 absolute ball bags.
Or just adults.
I mean,
No, you're not an adult. You've driven here to avoid drinking. Classic pain. Oh,
that, I
fuck
think,
off.
unfortunately, is going to be that. Tommy
Unlucky
Freeman
Tommy.
sent to the sin bin for
yeah.
what many would say is a rugby incident. Willemse caught the ball and dropped his hips, but Freeman too high in the tackle, and it's shoulder on head. And as a result, he goes. I think Willems has taken a tickle to the teeth as well. And that is going to make things very, very, very difficult
I think
now.
he milked it
I think he did milk
Do
it.
you?
And he hasn't
Yeah,
got
a
a gum
little
shield in.
a little bit.
Is that legal? Has he got a gum shield? Oh, he has. Ah, got me. That was a test. And you passed it. Judge it on the outcome.
Is that Lily box?
So I asked the question, is this progress for England? And it's 80% no.
All right.
You can tell us otherwise.
Well, I'm not telling you.
what-
I'm
that's what
not.
you're
I'm
here
not. No, I'm not. I feel like England are
Oh
missing
yes,
Marrow.
good budgies.
Wow, good budgie
Great
action in the
budgies.
crowd. A man has turned up at Ellis Park in a pair of white fronts.
I
That is
said, I
South
feel,
African confidence.
someone's here. I feel like England are missing Marrow. I'm a Saf. I feel like Genji's bring the physicality, but he can't do it alone. Marrow brings physicality, presence, and leadership.
England make a
that you
mess
guys are
of
missing.
South Africa's ball, but Marks tidies up, and the Box have got the ball on England's 22. Reinach spins it out to Andre Esterhazen. Reinach again. And England are
one thing
going
I
to have to
would-
find something here. Maybe a Chesham intercept a la
Oh,
Paris.
who's
But
oh
it's-
my
Oh my
word.
God!
oh, I
Who's
tell
this
you what, this
absolute
is an
unit?
absolute machine.
That's one of the
Ball goes
bomb
loose.
squad
There's
that we don't
another
know about.
advantage.
Who the hell was that?
Pollock gets in on Reinach for
good
the
offload.
tackle.
Smack him.
Norkia carries again into England's 22. Must be a scrum advantage, I think. Van Staden. Oh no. Nick Mullins on commentary says we got another penalty, and I think this might be a deliberate knock on.
Oh,
And England
what?
are down to 13. Now, will you agree with me that watching this England team is staggeringly frustrating?
Yes, it's. I never said it wasn't frustrating. I'm just not all doom and gloom.
Tackled off the ball. Who is it that's gone? It's Guy Pepper.
Oh dear, the Peppernator
I tell you something. England's discipline in the Six Nations
was
was
shit.
piss poor.
Yeah, yeah.
Discipline today's
And
been
they've got
not
2
great.
men in the bin with 8 minutes to go with a 10-point deficit.
Yeah,
And I'm captain neutral.
but that's still.
Are you?
Are you?
Well,
Captain Negative.
Yeah,
no, I disagree
The
with that.
Negatron.
very neggy.
I'm putting the views of the
Very
fans
neggy.
to the people who've been there and done it. That's my job.
Very negly you are.
I mean, he was impressive.
Who- yeah,
Porthon, Zach Porthon.
Zach
Big
Porthon was
old
just
rumble.
absolutely
That's
carried
just
through
what they
England.
need to do. He's unearthed another front row talent.
Another Megatron.
Try here for South Africa, 6 metres out from England's line. A set driving maul.
if I'm
England
honest,
down to
it
13 men.
It
Pepper and
feels
Freeman
a
in the
little bit
bin.
inevitable.
Inching
with one in the
forwards with
bin.
marks at the back. There is an inevitability to this as Dialende joins the crew. And Marks has the try. And with it,
Yeah.
the game.
Bollocks.
South Africa 36, England 21. The back-to-back world champions have flexed their muscles this afternoon. England
Yeah.
have taken a couple of heavy blows early on, recovered a bit. And now it looks like it's going to be a knockout before the 12 rounds are done. Marks trots back
He's done well.
with yet
Mark.
another try for his country.
Well,
And they have
player of the year.
had too many answers in too many positions
Yes.
across the park.
Yes, I agree. And it says if England, hold on, let's go the scroll through. We've said absolute unit and more poor decision making under pressure and more stupid penalties. Borthwick out, says make other plans. Bring in Razor, also Owen Farrell. And then it says Ryan Hartnick says world player of the year scores.
Did someone said bring back Farrell?
Who's
Yeah.
Is
world
that as a coach
player
or
of the
player?
year?
I don't know. Someone's Toby James at Hask with Saints Generation, Dowson and Vesti. Someone's written called Sam something Cat Hiss. I don't know what Cat Hiss means.
By the way, Doombar
38 as the
Doombar,
conversion
right,
goes
Doombar.
over.
Judge
Doombar beats
Doombar.
Castle.
Do you? Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to get something out of today. I think the Castle's actually very good.
Castle's good,
Castle's
but I do
nice.
feel the Castle has like an aftertaste that where the
Doombar
Doombar
tastes a
doesn't.
bit like soap.
Really?
I love Cornwall though, so I'll always drink a Doombar.
I'm going to give.
not sure about the can.
I'm going to give it to Castle. Who are you giving it to?
Well, on this day of days, I'm going to give it to Doombar.
Yeah, I actually think I prefer the Doombar.
Okay, for Doombar. So that means you guys get the conceded
close,
vote.
though.
So
So I think we've won Snack Wars, but
3-1.
Box have got the rugby.
yeah,
You going to be all right with that, South Africa?
3-1.
Yeah. I think they'd be all right with that.
Just
Can we put that
recap-
on our ticker? Instead of England down to 13 as they trail South Africa, we'll go GBR appoint England as Snack Wars
Yes.
winners.
Melton
3-1.
Mowbray takes the pants down on Biltong Nightmare.
Castle Lager binned for Doombar
Yeah,
glory.
yeah. It's straight doom for Castle
Yeah.
Lager.
Tomato fritter crisps binned in favour of Watsits.
Go on,
Oh,
Pollock.
go on,
Nice
HP.
little run.
I don't want to tempt fate, but I've not seen. I've
LCD's
not
been
seen
busy,
anyone-
isn't he?
Yeah, it
oh, he's
actually-
put one
he's
on.
Marks.
No, but he's
he's put one on
come off.
Esterhazen. Dickie's
That's
hip
a
has done for
penalty. You
Andre
can't go
Esterhazen.
down over the top of it.
You can
Scrum, South African
Uh,
ball. It's been one of those days where
But it's how
they
does
just
that,
had an
how-
answer to everything.
But how does that go to their ball?
Because they'll say the ball didn't go to the ground. But Esterhazen's
No,
taken a
he said
bang
it
to the
did
head,
go
so I
to,
think he's
but
going to come
he
on.
said that we pulled the green guy out. It's still our attacking.
Someone's
ball.
written, how do you fix the discipline?
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. That's individual. That's individual though.
Someone's written, and at the end of it, someone called JFSF3KZ's gone, I'm out. Well, out
thank
the
you for your
piss?
company.
Thanks for coming. Out on the piss.
I'm out of the
I'm out,
rugby,
out.
I'm out of the game. LCD. He either damages himself or he damages others. He's
Yes.
one of those
Yeah.
one-man wrecking balls.
Yeah,
Esterhazen's
like
bleeding from the
Bucko.
ear. He's like what?
he's like
Fuck
Bucko.
Do you remember that? The day?
CD.
53,000. Fair play. I think it's 10,000 short of the capacity. but a proper crowd who will have loved watching the Box open this year with a win, a handsome win.
But I don't think
against England.
Just to back this up, so someone's written here, this was Sport Bifok, said, Hask, my earlier comment was not aggressive, it was attitude, not altitude. Right, I didn't think it's aggressive, but I do think altitude has not played a bigger role, as you could have thought, has it?
But see, that, I fear, is part of the inquiry here, which is England have had 10 days out there. They've had perfect preparation. They've got scientists, medics, coaches. I don't want inquiry. But when you know what's coming...
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it not... Oh, Esthazen's off, which is a real shame. 6 tries to 3 with 5 minutes to go. We'll probably have a few minutes of... Oh, no, stop clock, isn't it? So...
What's wrong with him?
Short evening's work for us. He took a bang on
HI, got hit in the head.
Cowan Dickey's hip.
He's bleeding out of his ear. That's not a good sign.
So he went on in the back row, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Oh, it's Dwayne Vermeulen who's gone onto the pitch wearing water.
He's come on for Pollock.
He's come on to have a
He stripped off. He wasn't even on the bench.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
It's
going to be another tough few weeks for England.
Stormers against this is just I tackled him so much and held him down off the ball so much. He went, fucking get off me. I was like, all right, mate. Calm down,
unfortunately, this is a nightmare scenario when you've got only 7 in the scrum. And 7... And 7.
Five minutes to go.
Go on, Boso.
7 metres from his own line. South Africa in on the ball. That's going to be a penalty to the Box. It is. This is unravelling a bit for England with 13 men on the field.
This is negativity city.
And just an inability to stop the tidal wave of Bok physicality. Wherever they go, whatever they do.
Replays, which has been quite...
No, they don't really like replays, do they? And Mane Libbok is going to bang it in the corner. And suddenly, England are in danger of getting a bit of a blowout here. They're going to finish the game with 13. And I do think, unfortunately, this England team, because of what happened in the Six Nations, the knives are circling. And once that tide turns, it is very, very, very hard to get it back. There was a mild vote of confidence from Sweeney earlier in the year, saying Borthwick will have the Nations Series. Then he came out and said he'll have the World Cup. Don't worry, he'll have the World Cup. I just wonder what is... South Africa are well set. This is going to be another penalty to South Africa. England collapsing them all a metre out.
Cobus Reinach.
It's going to be a penalty and a bin. Is that a yellow card? Collapsing a driving maul 3 metres from their own line. England did do well to hold it up. Van Staden held up over the line. And it is just a penalty.
Someone's written,
surely England...
What's this? Oh, someone said... Need Haskell best friend Owen, big game player. You're reading shit comments, said Nick Blacklock.
Sure comments. I love it when the abuse is spelt incorrectly.
I know.
Sure.
Someone said,
so
fuck
Box
it.
are going to take a scrum with 3 minutes to go. Marks has called for the set piece.
The problem is here, you can't put a back into the scrum to help shore it up, because then you'd have 5 in the back and then walk it in out wide. So.
If you're watching and if you're listening, we've got 2 minutes of the game to go. Do not go anywhere, because I promise you we will give you the most honest review to this England performance of anybody out there.
Yeah, we will.
It'll certainly...
Yeah, we will.
Well, yeah, we will.
Not tiptoe on the nail.
I've got a comment. This is from Charlie Hogman, who says, is it not just that South Africa are the best team in the world, playing at home, and we're a squad who are young and haven't played together much?
Possibly. You asked the question.
Someone keeps saying hog reveal is
trending. The average
trending.
age of this England squad is 27, so I'm not entirely sure they're young.
What's a Hask hog reveal? People keep posting that.
Is that your gut?
Is it my only fans?
England have been done up front.
Oh,
Jasper Visa carries. Oh, it's close. Is inches short. I don't know how he hasn't scored that. England scratched on their own line, and this is going to be the fourth.
Bollocks.
For the forwards, 43-21, kick to come. 90 seconds to go. It is going to be a really uncomfortable couple of weeks for England. Fiji at the Hill Dickinson Stadium next weekend, and then a trip to Argentina.
Why is it
and England have been battered today.
Someone said uncomfortable.
Someone says here, Axel...
Say again?
Why is it going to be uncomfortable
Because the media are going to pile in off the back of an unacceptable Six Nations.
Oh, well. Who gives a shit?
And if England have got ambitions of winning a World Cup, this is not a performance to indicate they're on that right path.
Axel Boyson says, England is making progress. They just lack discipline. That's all.
But wasn't that what we were talking about in the Six Nations?
Maybe. Well, I don't remember the Six Nations.
Tyndall Wave.
But again, that's got nothing to do with Borthwick.
We're nowhere near them, says Timber. Speaking of inches short, Nick Blacklock, Tyndall Wave, Hog Reveal is. So I don't know what this is, still we don't know what it is. And then someone says, why handles now? Of course it's going to be a roast at 13 men.
Yeah.
Very good point. It's
Yeah.
a mitigating... he's only gone
he's now
fucking
nailing
kicked
it from the touchline as well. 45-21.
Tins, tequila
Pollock,
shot.
first man back to the
Tequila
kickoff.
shot.
One last play of the game.
Tequila shot every time they score.
Yeah.
England, here's one for you. England have conceded over 40 points in 3 of their last 4 tests. 42
tequila's
against
so
Ireland,
good.
40 against France, 45 against South
Yes,
Africa.
but France
well done,
have
Ross Petty.
conceded over 50 in their last 3 tests, and they're Six
but they won
Nations
the-
champions.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So how do you want to use your stats?
Well,
Well, you tell me.
yeah. Hate it when you two fight. Tequila?
England, South Africa going for the 50. Moody.
Pollock. I thought he was going to score
One
the
last
winning
play
try.
for South Africa. Nokia. Damien Willemse
I mean,
has put a
they've
lot
got
of
a
width
fi-
on
they've
that.
got a field
Out
there.
to
Oh,
Cheslin, whose hot feet
Oh,
open
God.
up England's defence again.
God,
God,
Smith
he's hard
again,
to put
though.
down.
Smith is the man that brings everyone down.
Oh,
no.
Vista through.
God.
This is.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord, this is
Oh,
hard work
God.
for England.
What's that?
Vessels up into England's 22. If they go left now,
Oh, no.
it's going to be 50.
Oh, no.
Kane and Moody
He's going to
Oh,
step
steps
back
inside
in.
Smith.
Again, Finn Smith tackles.
Oh, God.
Finn Smith has put his heart and soul into this.
defensively spot on.
Reinach,
You what?
knock on from England, so that South Africa will have a scrum advantage. That won't count because the game
Oh,
will be called
God.
when the ball next goes dead. And it is South Africa 7 from England's line. Hold out here, England, for heaven's sake. Hold out.
Oh, I thought he dropped it then.
Thought,
Knock on.
oh, tits.
I think that's going to be called back for
Oh,
knock
yeah,
on.
I think
Creel
that
thinks
could be
he
forward.
scored it, but I think Marks has knocked that on.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a half century. They've given it. Very weird try that. It looked like Marks had dropped
Yeah.
it. Hasn't been given
I mean,
yet.
he is ripped to shreds,
has.
by the way.
Jesse
He's
Creel.
shredded.
Yeah.
He's almost as shredded as I am.
A condom full of walnuts, as a wise man once said.
All right.
Someone's written pumped. Steve Borthwick has to go now. Toby James. Claire Taylor. Good point. Tyndall. Farrell. Player manager.
Yeah,
says
no
Toby
try.
James.
Knock on.
No
Try.
try.
Tins
So it
has,
isn't the half century.
Tins has very
It is full
masculine
time,
legs.
and it is South Africa 45, England 21. The GBR Inquisition will start
Yeah.
very shortly.
Yeah. In a way.
So welcome along. If you are just joining us, first things first, it is congratulations to the back-to-back world champions, 45-21. That is a hell of a performance in the opening game of 2026 for Rassie Erasmus and his men. They have bettered England in almost every department. England brave in parts. They did well to battle back from 17-0 down, but ultimately ending in a bit of an indisciplined outfit. And it is a lot of soul searching for the next couple of weeks to do for Steve Borthwick and his men. James Haskell and Mike Tyndall
Hello.
remain alongside.
How are we? We've got tequila.
You are
That's a
measured
positive.
and calm and...
A lot of soul searching.
Yeah.
How calm are you off the back of that?
Very.
I'm poking the bear because there are a lot of England
No.
fans in our comments and sending in messages saying Borthwick must go. There's no progress. Off the back of 2025,
Yeah.
where things went well, England have unravelled in the 6 months of this year. You're going to agree or disagree?
We've got to ride the storms.
I'm not going to. I'm going to do neither. I'm going to sit in the middle of. I think there is some good
At what
stuff
point do
that's
you
in there.
move from the middle? What would it take for you to move from the middle?
Them not showing that they can get things done when they're in their own half, or I feel that obviously discipline has continued as an issue.
Yeah.
We have 3. I think we had 2 red cards against Ireland. We had 2 red cards against Wales. We had
Red or yellow?
yellow.
Oh, yellow. You said red.
Yeah. Oh, did I? So
Yeah.
2 yellow cards in about 3 or 4 of the games of the Six Nations. We've also had 2 yellow cards here. We gave away 3 or 4 penalties in the first half. I think we've given away second half. I don't know, 8. So that is obviously a problem, and that's led to them having 13 men at the end. And you can't play against the world champions with 13 men, right? So you've played 10 minutes with 30 men. I think they only conceded 2, but I would still say when they had the ball in and played how they wanted to play, they created problems. They scored 21 points. So the frustration comes from how easily they're giving the other team the ball to play. Like South Africa are world champions for a reason. If you give them back-to-back penalties to get into your half, they have the muscular team to beat it. I think they were out-muscled in the first 20 minutes of the first half, and then they got back into it, and arguably did the same to South Africa that they did to them in the first 20. But then again, when they needed a fast start in the second half, they've started with a double penalty back there, and South Africa go down the field and score, and then immediately they're on the back
So let me
foot.
ask you a different question. How long can England keep this trajectory? 2025, great year. I think it was 13 wins out of 14. This year, they beat Wales. They've lost Scotland. They've lost battered at home, humiliated at home by Ireland. They've lost away to Italy for the first time ever, and they lost to France in a fabulous game, but it was still a loss. A team lost out in France, didn't really get close, and now they've been absolutely taken apart at Ellis Park. How much longer can you give them going?
I don't agree with you that they've absolutely been taken apart there. I think they've lost 20 minutes. It's a 20 minutes in either way in the first half where they've given it away. I wouldn't say they've been taken apart. When you've got 13 men...
Yeah, but sorry, that's part of being taken apart. The reason they've got 13 men is...
Well, no, it's not because... Is it because of what South Africa did to them?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
How is it?
Because they're under pressure.
How is it?
Because they're under pressure. Or is it not? I mean, but
I have an argument with my ex-wife. She keeps saying the same thing over again. You're under pressure. You're under pressure. Well, I can't defeat this.
So it's in discipline.
It is in discipline,
yes.
But that's individual. That's not Steve Borthwick.
That's not. Yeah.
So he's got to then make decisions whether he keeps picking those players.
I don't think. Right. This is what I genuinely mean. This on hand on heart. If you look at the two teams in comparison, when we talked about the lineups in the mix before, where England are where England are. That like South Africa, that was a team with Ian Netzbeth and Khaleesi, obviously they're out, but with them in was one of the best teams that you could play with, over 1,000 caps. Like England just don't have that. A couple of those combinations haven't played together. He hasn't found the right places. There's a lot of young players in there. Our number 10, Finn Smith, is still only been
He played well
in the mix.
today, yeah.
He did play well. He's only been in the mix for a couple of years. We are where we are. I don't believe there is a 20% increase that can be found from this team. I don't. I think this is where we're at. I think this is. I'm not surprised England are playing where they're playing. You're watching guys that have played together a million times, guys that have played together very, very well, that are physical and tough. When you are playing international rugby with the laws as they are, ill discipline will kill you, making errors will kill you, and playing fast and loose the ball will kill you.
So why is there so much indiscipline and so many errors?
But I think
is that because they're under pressure or because they're...
Yeah, but hold on. So look at New Zealand. So you know what New Zealand, when they had the passing of the torch, right? They had a year or a couple of years of losing games, not being as dominant. Everyone said the myth was broken. They were finding their feet. South Africa are the most settled side in the world, albeit with their ability.
Actually, sorry, they pulled in two players, one on a debut, one.
Yeah, but the rest of them.
Totally yes, they've got great player depth.
Yes,
but they've got a structure in which they can drop anybody at any time.
Yes. But England, I don't think have that. And
But that's the setup.
Yeah, but I don't believe there is another 30% in this England side. I don't see anyone's going to come in and change this. I don't see.
Let's be realistic. Obviously, they went in there and the bookies had them as minus 14.5 points, and they were probably better than that for the majority of the game until they ended up with 2 yellow cards. So,
but
I know you want to throw it.
But you're throwing the yellow cards away like they're nothing.
No, I'm not at all. But I wouldn't say those yellow cards are individual. It wasn't really the pressure that they put under. One's you can get a yellow card.
Peppers is desperation in defence.
Then you'd say the same for Aaron's in his desperation. There's always a slap down in terms of getting a yellow card from
you can't blame England's or forgive England's 2 yellow cards when South Africa had the same. They had 2 yellow cards as well.
But I think international rugby is the case of cards these days.
Yeah.
I think everyone gets a card every 5 minutes. I think it's hard. I think what international game do you know that hasn't had a card? What game do you know that hasn't had a card? Everyone gets fucking cards. You sneeze, you get a card.
Well, so look, to go back to it, and before everyone sort of says it's all about kicking and everything else. Springboks have kicked more than England so it's not about the kicking of what it is. What England are struggling to do is to manage how they get the ball and where they get the ball, and manage.
Look at that. So we're just going through the standings. Northern Hemisphere, Wales are top. That needs a photo in Cardiff. Wales are top. England are bottom of the standings in the Northern Hemisphere. South Africa are top of the standings. Fiji bottom in the Southern Hemisphere. Damien Dialende was the player of the match. Do you agree with Damien Dialende as player of the match?
Well, that was another thing I was going to say. I was like, pick out standout players from South Africa. I wouldn't necessarily say there were...
Visa? Grant Williams.
First
Damian
first half,
Willemse.
first half.
Grant Williams was good.
First
Willemse.
half. First half. I've had a great time. I'd like to thank everyone, my God, and my country for letting me play. I've had a great time. It's always a pleasure to play against England. But we had a great, it's good. Thank you for supporting me. I'm being honest with you, genuinely.
So as two proud
Yeah, but
former England internationals,
asking you,
we are
where are you, like,
saying England fans have to accept that this is where England currently are.
Yes. You ask yourself, right? If you were to, again, which players in the England team on their best day would you swap into the South African side? If you were going to do it, I know Mike Brown did a combined 15 we put on our Instagram channel called Bad Rugby. If you look at it, like, the centre pairing for South Africa have played together 40 times.
Yep.
English combination were, was it
Two
three?
or three, I
So
think.
we haven't got a full. We don't know who our fullback is. We still don't know who our wings are. We still haven't decided on our back row. We still haven't decided on our 9. 10 we understand.
Well,
Front
do
row
we
understand.
until
and second
November
row.
when
But second row, like, do you
Ford
know what I
comes
mean?
back in.
We're still, there's a lot of indecision. What do you do? How do you do that? So if every time you lose a game you don't play and you then change things, how do you develop that? It's beggars belief. I just don't understand who you think is going to come in. Are there any players that have not been selected that everyone said should be selected, which under Eddie Jones everyone said should be selected?
Yeah.
No, not with Borthwick. Borthwick's put 90% of them in, bar maybe starting Pollock. I don't know what you're going to do with these group of players. It just takes time. It's just going to take time and these moments, and sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you run out of time before it does click. South Africa started, Razzie Erasmus started this journey in 2018. We're in 2026. That's why he's got a load of caps, and they've weathered storms, but they found a way of playing that's really suited them. England at the moment, I don't think there's a miracle. I don't understand. There is no miracle, and change always seems like the solution, but it's not necessarily the answer.
Producer Tom is bullying us in the WhatsApp channel. Luke Croft has messaged in saying, Mike Tyndall, wipe your tears, little boy. Mike Tyndall, cry more for me.
Cry more for me.
Yeah.
He lives in the
Song of a
castle,
Luke.
mate. He's
Cry
not
for me
crying.
after-
He's got someone to fucking wipe his tears for him.
Going home in a horse and carriage, I think he'll be all right.
moron.
I think he
You
fears
silly
that
man.
in some ways I give a shit.
couple of
more
other
than
things.
he
So
does.
let's get into a few details. So Russ Petty, who crunches numbers like no other, has picked out England's yellow card problems return. In 2026, 2 yellows against Wales, 2 against Scotland, 2 against Ireland, 2 against Italy, 1 against France and 2 against South Africa.
Yeah, I mean that is a problem, and the problem with them is they're more individual than they are like a
So
team
what do you do about
stress.
it? You can't win a test match on the high belt, finishing the game with 13 men.
You can't. And that is I don't know how you get harder on stupid penalties
without affecting taking the risk and wanting to play.
So it's a bit of a weird one. You know, it's like when we said afterwards, why didn't Finn Smith just let the ball go when they're in their own 22 and they do a turnover? Where are they going to go? They're going to kick you it back anyway. You know, and then it's again a few more individual errors, which I would say what things that I am slightly I am worried about defensively. They haven't really sorted out their problem of what they're doing. I would say
There's a good defence coach on the market at the moment.
Yeah,
Sean Edwards.
And I think that is a go-get for them.
Do you think it's a Sean Edwards fix?
Well, if I was, in terms of if you want to go and make a big statement and get the fans immediately, it's a great PR play, and he's obviously outstanding at what he does.
Yeah.
And I think at the moment England still get broken too easily.
I know the game is different to 2007, but today is the 3rd highest number of points that England have conceded in South Africa, 58 and 55 in that horror show of 2007. Bar Marrow, who else wasn't there today that should have been? So this is an England first 15. I know the game is different.
So 2 things. Every big point scoring record's being broken at the moment.
Yeah.
Across every league, across everywhere. This is the greatest. Every final. This is the most points scored in a final. This is the biggest Premiership defeat. Because of the nature of the game. I don't know why. Whether defence has become optional or not, I don't know why. But that's the case. So I don't think that's a massive deal. The thing that I would want to put forward is, if I gave you a blank canvas, you've got Joe Schmidt, Sean Edwards in. Do you think there is 25% improvement in this England side to start beating teams like this? Do you? Because if I was going to put that to you, who and how and what is it? Personnel? Well, it's not personnel because so Marrow we put back in. There's a couple of injuries potentially, but there's no one missing. There's no magic silver bullet waiting in the wings to play. Under Eddie Jones, there was a few silver bullets that people thought, Sam Simmons, other guys, Cipriani, but before when he's carving up for Gloucester wasn't picked. I can understand that point. But with this team, no. Tactically, what would you do differently against South Africa? So the high ball was an issue. Winning those high balls and competing and not knowing not
Noah Kalori.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like where is the massive margin for improvement?
But that is also, you look at South Africa, they manage that really well. So they obviously know you can't block anymore.
Yeah.
So they're going deliberately a little bit shorter. They seem to know exactly what they're doing with their players around it, and they are. Cheslin jumps. You think he's 6'1" the way he jumps, and we haven't got that. But on the flip side, then a lot of our box kicks weren't the same. When they were, we got results, and then we got field position, we got to play. So you're talking small margins, and by at 71 minutes, it was 31-21. You're in it with 10 points with 10 minutes to go, and then you get 2 yellow cards. So I would ignore the score by the end of it, because the 2 yellow cards have negated and put you under pressure. That's an individual thing that you've got to go back. You can't say that, Tommy Freeman's yellow card was created by pressure. He's unlucky in the fact, and even you said he was unlucky in the fact that it's a guy dropping. It's what some people might like to see as a rugby incident. But there are bits in the game, if you're still watching the game, where they're showing highlights of George Martin's try, where they do nice stuff. They do nice stuff attacking, and when they've kept ball in the red zone, I don't know whether Russ Petty has sent what the red zone conversion rate was. They do some nice stuff. The frustrating thing is they're not putting it all together at the same time. They've had games where they've done good bits defensively and then not done it in attack, and that's the frustrating
What the alarming
thing.
bit would be is if there hadn't been 3 or 4 moments in that game where England looked after the ball, respected the ball, and created tries. That would be the one. If you weren't even doing that, that would be a massive issue. But when England actually looked after the ball, were disciplined, put positive on top of positive on top of positive, they created tries and then made South Africa look pretty average. On the back foot, couldn't win the gain line, couldn't challenge. Suddenly, 8-9 phases, you're right next to their line, and then you're getting held up, or maybe you're scoring or whatever. That's against the best side of the world. That is almost a full-strength South Africa side, minus Etzebeth and Khaleesi, who, with all due respect, still wouldn't have that impact because, if you're going forward, you're going forward. I genuinely believe that there are some positives, but I think this is a side still trying to find its feet, still find its direction. I think, there might be a couple of tweaks you could make, but I just don't think. I think this is where we're at. I think we've got to accept it. I just think South Africa are a much better side. We looked on paper, they have over 1,000 caps. They've been in the driving seat for a long time. If you swap from Premiership to International Rugby, which a lot of these guys have done, have only with a limited amount of experience, you're still finding your feet. Most teams that win a World Cup have over 900 caps. England do not have over 900 caps. They've not been in the driving seat for a while. Steve Borthwick's had an opportunity, but there's been a cycle of players. I think South Africa are better. We knew they were better going into it. We hoped, but they didn't win.
We'll throw it on to next week and the significance of the Fiji game at Everton's Stadium, Hill Dickinson Stadium. But let's turn it round then. So there is a potential school of thought that actually hiding in the shadows 15 months out from a World Cup and everyone talking about everyone else, South Africa are by far and away the best team in world rugby. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, but they've got a job now to stay at that level. If England are, when Steve gets in and it's right, take the sting and the emotion out of it, these are the things I'm really pleased with today. What goes into that?
Pleased with is like when they kept ball, when they got quick ball, how they looked like, when Van Poortvliet sniped ball around the back, when Mitchell picked up quick ball and then they get people late to the line and they put it behind and they get on the edge and George Martin scores. I think there was good stuff within that, but I go back to the point, that is where they've got to, how they generate those starting points better. And South Africa did a way better job because their kicking game was way better in terms of contestable kicks. And then suddenly going from their own 22 into the opposition in between the 22 and 10 and winning that ball back on double kicks and then going into it. They kicked 30 times compared to our 25. So, there are some frustrating kicks in there where, like, when we're in our own half and they grubber it through and it's never really on. I think some of the attacking ones were on and the bounce differently could have gone a different way, But I think that's where they are. let's be realistic. No one really predicted that they'd win down there.
Yep.
But would we
That's
have
very
wanted?
true.
Would we? So, from that point of view, the 2 yellow cards have made it a bigger gap than I think it actually was. Because it's just impossible once you go 13 men for 10 minutes. So,
But some might say by going to 13 man, it became what it was.
well,
It's
I completely disagree with that.
okay.
Do you want the change?
What they have to do is find a way of how they start their halves better,
And close them
immediately
out at
putting
times.
themselves
Can I
completely under the
suggest-
pump.
Can I suggest one change that would make a difference?
Go on.
Just pick Jack Willis.
Okay.
That would make a change. Maybe Tom Willis make a change. Picking your best players. I mean, if he plays in the top 14 final, gets 4 turnovers, 15 tackles and that.
So that is an interesting. How bad does it have to get before England do start going? Do you know what? We are now.
They
shooting off
won't
it.
because
The
they're
TV
so
deal.
paranoid about
That's
everything else.
it's
But
the devaluing the
And
TV
they've got
deal.
a contract that says they can't
Right.
with the Prem.
yeah, I'm just saying, if you were going to go,
But the Prem might at some point say, do you know what? You've lost 15 games on the bounce.
Yeah.
So if
Perhaps
you
we should
if you
amend
played,
it.
if you played
They'd
Tom
be far
Willis,
better
Jack
doing that.
Willis, Billy Vanapola, and everyone else today, on top of that, and there's suddenly the increase of caps they bring.
Yeah. Not sure Billy necessarily.
Well, I thought Billy went around the final, didn't he?
Yeah, but I still
alright.
think
They
you're
lost
not,
heavily.
you're
Well,
not
fine, just
dropping,
pick
you're not
Jack.
dropping Ben Earl. Ben Earl was still,
No.
even in the
Fine.
game where they
Ben
didn't win.
Ben Earl, Jack Willis, Tom Willis. That's a
How
fucking back
big a
row.
game? How big a result is the game against Fiji, who got
Look, I
humbled
don't,
today
I don't
by
know.
Wales?
I'm getting caught into the fact that, they're also off the boys are going to be absolutely knackered. It depends what he does with the team next week.
But all the Northern Hemisphere, you can't
yeah,
It's the same
but-
for everybody.
Well,
some
not necessarily. The Island guys aren't anywhere near the same position as the Prem guys.
Well, no, but they've
The French
changed
guys
time
are.
zones.
The French
They've played
guys,
the other side of
we've
the
got
world.
French
comments.
guys are, but they lost. But they haven't taken all their front line.
We value our fans.
So-
We've got some comments here.
It's a difficult one to manage. I think they're going to have to do a big change next week in Fiji. But then is Steve going to do that? Has he already sort of worked on that? What team he's going to pick next week and try to manipulate that around to allow people to recover? Because Argentina's a big game the following week after that.
We've got some comments in the rooms. Go for a guy's drink. Go for a drink, guys. This is sad.
Oh, come on, we're all right.
Also,
we're all right.
don't
We're
forget
talking
this was
sport.
Ellis
we'll be
Park
okay.
at altitude, leaving best England forwards in France crazy. Borthwick is nearly 3 years and still England a bang average after 3 years. Not good enough. That's Stuart Hayward. We should focus on some positives. Martin went well. Yeah, someone said another 40 points. Shit, Wigglesworth needs to go. Crap attack. Coach even worse. Defence coach. Borthwick heads on block if we lose to Fiji. Again, England could something 900 caps. They just drop players too easy. Are you crazy? What is this guy saying that it's almost full? South African side. My guy, we have at least 5 starters that were there today or out today. Haskell needs another beer. Yes, I fucking do. Common sense from Haskell. Cheers, mum.
Well done.
Was an entertaining game. Gents from a Safa, the box was shaky. The first 10 minutes they were prime. Then they kind of lost it. Went back to one-step box rugby. But if we can click
So
back,
that is a
box
good
should put
question.
on 50 on England. That was Stefan Vesselwart. Borthwick needs to go. Just doesn't understand the back line, how to select one or how to coach one. That was Richard Giles.
Can I come in on that South
course
Africa
you
point?
Come in all you want.
Can this South Africa team sustain this level for the next 15 months?
Yes.
No, I think yes. I think they've got players waiting. The prop that came on, sorry, I forgot his name. Who just
Megatron.
started throwing
Megatron.
people. Yeah,
Megatron,
we'll
that was his
let
name.
him know from now on as
Yeah.
Megatron, who was just throwing people off him. I think
Zach Portham.
the depth that they have allows Razzie the rare delight of being able to change the team as he wants. And we've already heard about that way that he can, he'll have already picked the teams for his 3 games. We know that. We've been told that he picks 3 games. He'll have told the players which game they're playing in, and they know what they've got to bring in each of those games. So yeah, I think they can sustain it. Look, I think England can get better, but they've got to be aware of how they're killing themselves at the moment in terms of the penalty counts, and that they would
It hasn't
definitely
got that
go.
bad. It hasn't got that bad.
Have you turned into Blackadder? Are you trying to get?
I'm just trying to get out a wibble. I put my pants on my head.
Did you answer my question? How much longer?
Yes, I think they can. They've got depth. They've got about 4 million
Yes.
players.
No,
Yes.
I was going back to England. How much longer can these frustrations continue?
So I think
Before you have to change something.
Yeah. So again, I would go back to Sean Edwards. I think he would be a great get if they went and get him. He would get you. He would buy you time in the media.
Yeah.
He would buy you time off the fans. They would be excited off the back of it. You can put him in front of camera and he'll entertain and he'll talk. You know,
he's passionate as hell about England.
And I think then, you know, they have got to get better in the terms of discipline. You know, they've got to set maybe for Fiji next week. They say, right, we do not give a penalty away in their half.
Yeah.
Right. So don't give them easy exits. And I know that sounds, you know, that Tommy Freeman yellow card is unfortunate, but could he have been going horizontally and just cut the guy in half? Yes, he could. So he's sort of taken. He's taken because also it's Willemsy and he can step you in a phone box, so he's staying upright to try and be able to move it. And then, as I said to you, he would have expected him to put footwork on, and he didn't. He just stayed there, and then suddenly he just clatters him. You know,
can we just say that we did win Snack Wars?
We did win Snack Wars, which I think
you're getting bored now. You're sort of starting to fart about. I want to get into the detail, and
which I do think Snack Wars was more important than the game, by the way.
I do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well,
you get hysterical over England loss?
I'm really not hysterical. I just think England have now lost. Well, count the A game.
But you also know that they can win 12 games on the bounce.
Yeah,
against
but
the same
point.
opposition.
It's high seas, low seas.
I can ask you, but what would you do if I gave you the keys to the kingdom?
My job is to ask the questions around
here. Well, I'm asking you the question. My job is to hear what you're saying and ask you back.
I've got no idea. All I know is how to ask questions. I've certainly got no idea how to provide answers.
Look.
So your point, though, and again, just going to the stats, your point around defence is a really interesting one. So England have conceded 10 entries and 4.5 points per entry against France in round 5, and exactly the same numbers today.
So this is a massive point, this defence, because if you go back to when they won 12 on the bounce, they were conceding 1.2.
So why has that dropped off so dramatically?
And they had that window where, if you go back to before they had those 12 games on the bounce, they were saying that last, you know, when they lost to Australia in the last play of the game, they were just every breach created a try, and they're sort of in that mindset again. And I think one of the decent questions that you've asked today is they need to what is going on with the coaches, who's in charge of what defence where, you know, because they're losing those kick. I hate the word transition, but it seems to be what everyone uses. Those kick transitions, they're losing those 50-50s win there. They're not having those small wins, and they're also, when they get breached, most breaches are catastrophic. So they're leading to a try. So I would say that's the thing they've got to fix. I don't think the way that they're trying to play the game is particularly.
I do think, though, I agree with exactly what Mike's saying. I think if you're going to change something up, right, obviously we know now that Premiership Rugby, International Rugby is high scoring. Like, you know, teams score whether it's because of athletic performance, whether it's because of analysis, whether it's because of game plan. We know that. I do think that if you look at that game, there were, I mean, I don't know what the stats would be. Mike might be able to talk about dominant tackles. But there was one tackle we looked at was Earl and I think Martin or Chesham absolutely smashed someone. You know, our defence has been at times brilliant, but at times pretty lacklustre and hasn't been a weapon.
Yeah.
And I think for example, when we were under Eddie Jones, where we did some good things, we went back to our real identity. And if you were to ask yourself, what is England's identity at the moment? I don't think you can hang your hat on one specific thing. I think with South Africa, you go physicality first, directness first, built with some unbelievable outside backs that can cause you all sorts of problems. And they've added lots of dimensions. In 2018, there were chances where they would have a 5-man overlap, but they would rather maul you than anything else. They've now progressed to the point where their first try from South Africa was a beautiful off the line out, play into the corner. They ate up space, and then they scored. I think with England, for me, you can never fault the passion and the desire, which I think a lot of fans do and people wrongly do. No one has ever put an English shirt on and gone out to play badly. But I do think, would you like to see more venom from England in defence? Would you like to see them being more destructive? Yes. I think whether we're training like it, but it's not translating to the field, potentially. But I do think that England could have some more venom in that area. Yeah. I do think they could have some more physicality.
So where does that come from?
Well, I think some of it's emotional. I think some of it is tactical, and I think some of it is how you want to defend.
Yeah.
And I think, for example, with Sean Edwards, the way he would want you to defend back in the day with Wasp was he would want you up in the face. If you missed a tackle, but it bounced off you and someone else cleared you up or someone else stepped in, that would be a win. It wouldn't be classed as a missed tackle. It seems like, yes, there is some good moments of line speed in this team, but it's not being utilised as a massive weapon. Yeah. And I think England needs to go back to understanding what is their identity, what is it they do, what is it they do well. Well, we saw in the first half a couple of times, big physical carries, fast ball. When England look pedestrian is when the forwards are standing still, the scrum half is hovering over the ball, and he's passing a stationary ball to a stationary man, and you're getting eaten up. When England look unbelievable is when the players are coming onto the ball, they're tipping, they're passing, and actually with this, one of the positives is you've got players across the field now that have the dexterity to be able to play and pass, whereas that was a criticism of England before. They tried to play like the All Blacks, put game plans in, but we couldn't fucking pass the ball like the All Blacks. We're not a million miles away, but I think there could be definitely a number of tweaks. And I think an England side that wins a World Cup and becomes physical or becomes dominant is your defence has to be ruthless, which it wasn't when Mike Slot won it. Set piece has to be absolutely spot on. And, in this modern rugby, your transition has to be shit hot. You have to make right decisions, and you cannot in transition. The difference between South Africa and England there was, I think Marcus Smith or Faber Bosu ran. Marcus Smith kicked it down. South African player, boom, got the 50-22, whatever it was. And
Damian Willemse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the difference between the
margins.
Mine's
bigger than yours.
That's the margins. And if you know you haven't got the ability to do it, then run, take contact, and play. But I think where fans get frustrated is that they get caught in a halfway house, shit the pants, kick the ball away, and you haven't had the ball for 20 minutes. You've suddenly given it straight back to the opposition. So,
one question: you've both said
tight.
England fans have to accept this is where this England team is. Can this England team in this setup get back to where they need to be a genuine World Cup contender next year?
I think so.
Yes.
I think again, I'll go back to if they could get their defence sorted out. Some of it was pretty average in certain bits of it. Then they were dominating people in defensively, and I just didn't think they got that today. Obviously, that is the hardest game you're ever going to face to dominate an attack, because it's South Africa and they're big. But I thought they did a good job. Obviously, with the how South Africa started the game, we talked about they're just going to play wide. They're actually going to enjoy themselves. With that second 20 that they put in and how they closed it up, they forced them to go back into down their physical way that they went back to, and unfortunately then you go down to 30 men, you just can't cope with that.
Okay. Shall we bring things to a close then? It's been a fabulous afternoon watching incredible rugby. Congratulations again to the back-to-back world champions South Africa. Too good on the day. Sum up for England fans who are feeling frustrated and wanting to kick the tyres a little bit. Put your phone away.
No, I'm just looking at that goalie from Cape Verde. Now, he's a real hero story of the moment.
We've lost Hask already.
46,000 followers. You got finished up with 19.3 million.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. That's a real fucking heartwarming story.
Just sum up what we've seen today relative to everything that's happened in 2026 for England. England fans should be feeling what today?
I think England
where
fans
do they turn?
should be frustrated, because I think that whenever a team represents a nation and goes against the best of the world, you hope and you believe that there will be a big challenge. I think if you are a pragmatic person and have a level of understanding, you appreciate you're playing against a world-class outfit, albeit missing a couple of players, but they still are substantially more experienced than your team. You would take moments of comfort in the fact that when we did look after the ball, when we did win the high ball, we looked very dangerous, and in a matter of phases, we were in South Africa's half. Do we need to come to terms with where we are as a team? Yeah, I think we are not at South Africa's level. Are we better than we played in the Six Nations? 100%. Do we have a lot of work to do? No. I think did the account of ourselves that we made in the Six Nations represent how we are? No. I think France game at the end was probably much more of a showing of where we were. I think the other games were emotionally, we probably weren't right. There were issues, there were selections, there were bits that weren't right. I don't think we were ever as bad as they said they were. But I believe that game against France was probably a good representation of where we could mix it. I don't think France played bad that day. I think they played extremely well. I think we played extremely well. I think at times in this game we played very well. Other times we were ill-disciplined. You can't win a game with 13 men unless you're Tins' lot against New Zealand
2003,
back in the day, which is a fucking rarity in Wellington. And I think you have to be frustrated. I still don't see where you think this extra 25% is going to come from.
I'm not saying I think it is.
I'm just saying, as a general,
asking,
Zach Borthwick is an easy answer. But who are you going to replace him with? Where are you going to get the
Ronan O'Gara?
Well, fine. I mean, listen, if Ronan O'Gara wants a job, Sean Edwards wants a job, and they want to take it on, I think where the difference would come would be emotional energy, would be some tactical tweaks, and would be understanding of the identity of this side. And I think at the moment we're starting slow in both games. Our defence has not been where it should be, and I think that we are compounding too many errors. And that is down to an individual player basis on the field because of the fact that every time England play, everyone fucking knifes them. It's not a great comfort zone, is it, to be an England player at the moment? When,
but it's pretty good when they win.
Well, yeah, but they haven't won for ages.
You've had 23 years of glory.
Yeah, but they haven't won for ages, have they?
Yeah, I mean, well, they haven't won since Wales, whatever game, 5 games ago.
Yeah.
But I think it is a tricky one, and I get why people are frustrated. But I think the biggest thing they have to fix is that defensive side and making it hard. You look at South Africa today. You get frustrated with South Africa because everything's hard. We were talking about Van Poelfleet hanging over the ball, and waiting to have to play that pass. That's because South Africa are just being nauseous over the ball, and we sort of don't have that way of slowing it down. And when we give people quick ball, we get breached, and it normally leads to a try. And that's something that's the big thing that they have to fix going forward. I think their attack game we didn't get to see enough of today, but that was mainly down to penalties and how they managed the game. And I also don't think we didn't execute our box kicking well enough. But I also don't think we tried different things. You saw that how far you could kick it, so you could actually, in your own 22, move it wide and actually hit a massive pass or massive kick off your 13. And we don't ever look to do anything else other than box. And I think you need to have more tools in the locker, if you know what I mean.
Should we read some comments out?
I'm just listening to Jamie George talking to Topsy Ojo post-match, who said, I genuinely think our team is going to be a better team
yes, there will
for this experience.
Yeah, there will be.
What are those learnings?
Well, the experience is half of them never played South Africa. And the fact is they've gone and played them at altitude in South Africa against a fully loaded South African side, minus a couple of players, and will have been tested and will have been shown that actually, if you don't respect the ball, if you don't get your defence right, if you're not spot on, you'll get absolutely put to the sword. And that's the lesson. And also the lesson is in the first 20 minutes, if you don't touch the ball, how can you then impact the game? So if you don't have the ball, how do you fire a shot? Well, you fire it with defence.
For example, again, it's not dead accurate, but what comes up on my stat thingy, but they had 213 metres of attack in the first half, and then they finished on 289.
Right.
So that just shows how little control they had over what they were putting through the ball, and the majority was that the quality of the organisation around South Africa's box kicking. Also, it comes down to the fact that South Africa had 3 scrums and had 3 penalties off the back of all of those scrums, and they got a penalty off one of our scrums. So, suddenly they sort of lost control of that game. And what they need to figure out is how do they then get that back? How do you might have to take a different risk than just box kicking out. So you might have to move it and kick wider, or have a go when they shut the gate, pump it down there, so then you turn the pressure around, because what you're doing right now isn't necessarily working.
Okay.
We've got some comments just to finish.
Tidy it up.
There's a few comments. So he said, the focus needs to be on proactiveness and consistency for full 80 minutes, and this will come with more experience and time played together as a team. That's Squall 501. Connor United, Haskell going to call us all negative for thinking Borthwick is shit. Get in Ronan O'Gara and Sean Edwards as defence coach, and May Chesham captain. We've got why bring in, we've got Steve has been named coach for 3.5 years. Surely there should be more settled combinations already. That's a coaching issue. I don't disagree. There should be more settled option. Colby has to be the Messi of rugby. He can throw line-outs, defends, kicks, conversions, cuts defenders to bits. He does it all.
Can't disagree with
that.
And
last question for you guys. Why do you guys perform at much higher levels than us at club level? Is is it wrong selection or is it poor coaching?
A lot of questions.
We'll
get into a few more of those.
I think it's a difference between Premiership and international. It's a different world.
You've said that before.
Well, thank you to thank from us. Thank you to all the comments, negative, positive. Goodbye Rugby is all about the fans, all about serving you guys. We love that you hate. We love that you love. Thank you so much.
You sound like a priest.
We're going to do more. Yeah.
Will you give a quick plug? Because I think everyone needs a drink off the back of
yes. Oh my God.
Celebratory for South Africa, commiseratory for England.
We've got 3 drinks out for Black Eye. We've got Black Eye Gin, which won 95 out of 100, San Francisco. Double gold. It's a gin. Goes very well with the Mediterranean tonic. We've got this tequila, Black Eye Tequila Blanco. It is coming out very soon. We're just getting our final approval from Mexico. This is the best tequila you will have ever tried. I'm a massive tequila snob. And we've also got Black Eye whiskey coming out. It's an English whiskey. It's just won best English whiskey in the world. It is a session whiskey. It's not smoky, it's not peaty, it is a smooth criminal. So check them out. We're also doing a discount 15% off. If you look at my Instagram stories, check out Black Eye Instagram as well. We've got pre-orders of this before it comes out. It is the smoothest tequila you've ever tried. Thank you to all those who support us because it's a belting drink.
It certainly is. £1.50 from every bottle sold at Black Eye goes to the Black Eye Rugby Fund, distributed to injured rugby players, male and female, when they need it most. As Hask mentioned, blackeyespirits.com. And use the code PRE15 for 15% off an early bird bottle of Black Eye Tequila Blanco.
And a special mention to the English Snacks defeating South Africa in the Snack
Glorious
Wars.
victory.
Glorious victory. Actually,
3-1.
A rout, some would say.
Yeah.
The Melton Mowbray pork pie against the Biltong. Biltong is normally a sensational, but whatever that
does not
travel well from the petrol station. Fritos versus Whatsits. You were sent home begging. The coconut biscuits versus the Bourbon. The Doom Bar versus the Castle Lager. It was 3-1. English Snacks versus Africa. Bring on next week. If this has been a success, we'll be back. If it hasn't, we'll fold it up, put it with the rest of the good ideas in the fucking bin.
And on that bombshell, Tins, well played.
Thank you.
Still love you.
Thank you.
I'm only poking the bear. You know, I'm putting the questions that
as soon
people
as this
want
camera
answers
fills
to.
out, we're going to kick the fuck out of you.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You and your plastic hip and hand and everything else that goes with it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, James. Thank you to all of you for watching as well. Well done. Back-to-back world champions South Africa putting their stamp on the early Nations Championship rugby. It does feel for England fans at the moment the tennis isn't great. Cricket isn't brilliant. Rugby's not up in lights. So I think it's probably fair to say, last but not least, over to Harry Kane at high altitude against Mexico tomorrow. Enjoy the football from all of us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.